Booyah! Welcome to the Call Cinema. My name is Aaron, and this is May to December. Malcolm. All right.
Over here, also known as the handsome one.
And I am the hatted one. So, what
The
we're doing
Mad
today?
Hatter one.
Yeah, so true. It's a kind of a reaction thing. You don't know what I got here. I am doing what I consider underrated releases, even like if they're well known. I think that they still don't get talked about enough. So I'm going to go through a bunch of releases, different genres, different labels. Like a lot of these labels, a ton of these you're going to have. But now I'm going to get your reactions, response to that. I'm going to try to do them kind of rapid fire, and we'll have some conversation afterwards, have some fun. But
sounds good.
You still have to watch the first night of WrestleMania. If I had to sit through it, you have to as well. Especially that sucky main event. All right.
Oh, who liked it? But you're gone.
Yeah. We are starting Vinegar Syndrome. You don't think Vinegar Syndrome is underrated? Yeah, you don't think Vinegar Syndrome is underrated. But there's 3 VSAs that I think are particularly underrated. And I brought them up. Number 1 is Alley Cat. People complain that hell when this one's announced. I got excited. I said, this is your sleeper hit. This is your sleeper right here. Now a lot of people love Alley Cat, but not enough people, unfortunately, still know it. Do you have this one?
I do. I've watched it multiple times. I did America and sold it. Got it again. I moved over here. Those shower scenes. You can't not watch them in HD.
Aside from the old lady in the movie, every other female in this movie gets nude.
Yes.
It's like
every single one. Ageist.
Oh, there we go. Next up, Spellcaster, Empire Pictures release with the great Adamant. Massive fan of Adamant. If you're a fan of the movie Dolls, then the girl from Dolls is one of the stars of this as well. Also, if you're a fan of the Aha video, Take On Me, she's the girl from Take On Me, which is where most people know her from.
Good film.
But yeah, this is unfortunately not a lot of people. Again, another one people like kind of sleep on. But look at this cover right here. Look.
It's a beautiful cover, isn't it?
It is definitely.
They should have had the dress gone though. To be fair, is the next one Necromancer?
It is totally Necromancer. We are in a wavelength there.
Elizabeth Caton by the color.
I'm a massive Elizabeth Caton fan. That's I give that like it's a given.
I watched that one yet.
Oh, it's fun, man, and it's Caton, so you're gonna have the cool nudity in there. Gotta have that. And
nudity means I watch it quicker.
You watch it quicker. You watch it more than once. All right, Arrow Video. Ready for some Arrow?
Ooh.
First off,
is that Bloodbath?
It's Bloodbath, and I love this movie. I really, what I love more than anything though? The freaking documentary on this movie is insane. Like when you
that's a great set, actually.
Like what? Oh, it is so good.
Did they ever release a standard edition of that? Because I don't think they did.
I don't know if they didn't. They really, really should. It's a really good edition.
Because I've never seen that. The standard, I mean, I've got that version.
Yeah, it's only like 2 discs and a booklet, and this is before it did the hard boxes. This when you had those like soft boxes. So can you guess the next one from over there?
The next one, it's a big box, so I reckon it's gonna be.
That's what he said.
Let's mix it up a little bit. Oh, I know. Oh, no. Who was it? The William Grove collection.
No, because I do think that one has been talked about quite a bit. Nani's UK game show Bad Influence. Oh, cool.
It was good. And same as the Games Master. I love the Games Master as well. I think that's what it's called. Or that was the guy in it. The Games Master.
Do you know the UK game show that I like? It's a dating game show, and I kid you not. What? Is it? No. It's where they're all nude, and
dating in the dark.
And basically, like there's 6 cylinders, and like the cylinders are slowly coming up, so that she or he can only see parts of their body, and they have to like.
Can you see the bush?
Yeah, you see everything. And you just go, I think it's an ITV show. and it's basically she chooses who gets like taken out of the show, off the dating show, without speaking to them, based on physical alone. She doesn't see their face. It
Well,
comes up. So the first thing you see is,
well,
mhm.
since you
And
mentioned nudity, a movie Paris the Blood mentions game shows. What about that Keith? Does anyone remember that Keith Chegwin one where they all ran around in the jungle naked?
oh, Naked and Afraid.
Was that what it was called?
I think so. I could be wrong.
Because they were doing like game show things like the Crystal Maze kind of thing, but naked.
Yeah. So French noir from the Kino Lorbeau sale. That is so cool. I love noir, and obviously I just came back from Paris, so ooh la la, I love the French. So there we go. It was this one right here, Cold War Creatures, the Sam Katzman set. Did you freeze up? Did I freeze up? Did one of us freeze up? Is somebody froze right now? If you're watching this video, Vince, Movie Palace, can you tell us which one of us is froze? And is it me? Or by some chance, where it's almost coming up to May, it's April, maybe our good friend Malcolm has got stuck in that time loop thing from Doctor Who. So he'll be back in a second. This happens all the time. Hi, Christina. Welcome. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've seen you here. Christina is like a long-time viewer, and it's definitely been a while. Cold War. We'll get Malcolm back in a second. You'll pop in. You had to pop out in order to come back in again. The Cold War Creature set by Sam Katzman is really, really good. So there's Cat Allinger documentaries on this. There's Lee Gambon audio commentaries on this one here. There's stuff with Stephen R. Bissett. It's got Creature of the Atom Brain, which is way, way better than you you think it's going to be. And you froze up again, man. It's like
yeah, I think it's because I was using a Kindle. Hi guys, hey everybody.
We got the Werewolf, we got Zombies of Morotau, and the Giant Cloud. Do you have this set?
No, that's the limited edition one, right?
Yeah.
I haven't got that one. I haven't bought the standard edition because I want that limited edition one.
This is a really good. Like if all the features are there, like like you get like essays and art thing and like with it. But if all the features there, just get it. It's a really good set.
I do like I want all those cards.
It is a sex. Look, this. I thought this was going to be
Malcolm's best work. Haha. What's that? What, me frozen? That's nice. That's nice, isn't it?
Look at this. Look how sexy this looks. Creature of the Atom Brain.
Lovely.
I thought this was going to suck. I'm not going to lie to you. I did. Creature of the Atom Brain was the only one I hadn't seen on this set. And when I did, I was like, damn, that's a damn good movie.
Don't judge a book by its cover, I say.
American Horror Project Volume 1. Man, did this thing take a long time to sell out. Until American Horror Project Volume 2 came around, nobody looked at this. I think I was the only person.
I was lucky. I got mine for a tenner.
Yeah, and it's like, so we got like Malatesta's Carnival of Blood, which is a lot of fun. The Witch Who Came from the Sea, which is such a dark. Oh God, wow. Yeah, no witch, but holy crap, what a film. And Premonition, which just has that ending, man. The ending of Premonition,
Yeah, that's good.
It is so good. All right. Are you ready for some of my comedy rates on here?
All right, let's see.
Return of the Killer.
Oh, you got a classic.
I love this film. It's got he has to at this point. So George Clooney, early work for George Clooney.
I saw, you know what, that Combat Academy, a great double bill together because they both got George Clooney.
It really is like a double bill. I never thought about that. Good choice.
Thank you.
I love the part where they run out of money, so they have to do commercials in the film. Remember? And
they're
classic.
Like, absolute classic.
Oh, that's really cool.
Cody won't finish his story. I agree with you.
Well, no soon.
Oh, you know what? For years, I used to sing the song from that constantly.
As it will say, ouch, he just hit himself in the face. Only on live, guys. It's not a sequel. It's not a prequel. Can you finish that tagline?
It's a recall.
It's an equal. It is such a good release. There were 2 of these that came out. I picked up this edition.
Yeah, because the other one was pink.
Oh, no, there was 2 extra. Was it? Oh, there was 2 extra like different characters on the other one, but I wanted the one with Jessica
Yeah,
Harper.
there are 2 other characters, but it was a pink cover.
Oh, I don't mind the pink cover. It would have been Jessica Harper in the pink cover. Okay. So it has like the soundtrack here as well. Which one did you get?
I didn't get one. I don't know that. I missed out now.
See, I missed out on this initially, but then they had this like kind of flash sale, weekend flash sale, where they had a bunch of stuff that they found at a warehouse, and
Yeah.
this is one of them. So it has like I'll show you this Denton thing.
Hey.
And it's got to be DTV.
TV.
It also came with a booklet.
Yes.
And
which
what
was
I
actually the DVD cover.
Exactly. What's really cool is it came with this. And I absolutely adore this. Only Rocky Horror. Only Richard O'Brien.
Uh-oh.
These cards. And you can
Hey.
switch them around, so different
like
bodies. So take, for instance. I know it's silly, but
and on the back, it looks. So does it form my whole poster thing on the back because they've got different images on them?
Yeah, it does the home of the Denton like sign.
Nice.
I love this movie. I see people don't realize this, but Cliff DeYoung was the original choice for Brad Majors.
Oh, nice.
He finally got to use Cliff DeYoung in this one here, and although underrated in its time, I think, hey, Cinematech, welcome, man. It's one of those movies that nowadays definitely is a lot more relevant. like in the era of like the reality TV, this is so relevant right now. And it was going to be airing the Punk's CTV.
It's going to be a skit, isn't it? It's going to be a skit thing because they can't do that for legal reasons.
I wonder if I love AEW, but I think that they just got to let it go, man.
It's going to be a skit, I'm telling you, because it's the Young Bucks and that. It's going to be one of those like being the elite skit like things.
Oh, I hate those. Like my better half's a massive fan of the Young Bucks, and she's big when it comes to she watched all the elite stuff.
Definitely underrated. This one needs to be bought by everybody.
Yeah, this is what's really cool about this one. And I know you said you were kind of hoping this was lenticular, and I thought it was going to be lenticular.
It's got that metallic look to it.
Yeah, but it's got this weird look. It's got this kind of otherworldly look. That honestly, there's nothing like it. It looks like it's going to have some card, look like a lenticular, but it's like it's like it's gorgeous. It's 3 great films.
I actually bought the standard version of that, and I was in CEX with Alex, and he said just buy it and sell the other one. So I did.
Yeah, it's worth it. It's a good one. I'm not normally someone that goes totally for slips, but it always has so much negative press.
You know one that goes with that really well when it comes to the boxes, the sets. The Bloodthirsty trilogy has the same kind of look to it on the slip.
That was almost put into this video, by the way, because it's right next to it, actually, over on the shelf. What I did choose instead of the Bloodthirsty trilogy. This is really an underrated little gem. It's a lot of fun. What's even more underrated is the over hour-long interview with Lucio Cosi, which was one of the most fascinating sit-in interviews I've ever seen. Cosi started out writing for science fiction magazines, and he would interview all his, hey, Zammy, welcome, man, to the Holy Mountain. Nice. Mordowarski, love in there. So he would eventually interviewed the directors that I got to get my drink. I'll be right back. That he would actually kind of ape and.
Whereabouts in London, Sammy? Are you going to go and watch it?
Oh, there you go.
Like, is it because my cousin works in London as a protectionist, so he might be showing it. I think we all regret that, Cinematheque, to be honest. I mean, I wanted it, but the Prince Charles. Oh, okay. My cousin knows a few people that work there. Because they're all kind of in the same circle, those people, you know, like they know each other, so they cross over and that. It's kind of interesting.
Banana flavor. My protein shake. Okay, let's switch it up a bit and do a Kino.
Ooh, Kino.
An underrated Kino set.
Hey, one of the most sexiest women in the world.
And I'll say this right now. Volume 2 is my preferred set out of the Carole Lombard sets. Not that there's nothing wrong with the first one. Get them both. But this has Hands Across the Table, Love Before Breakfast, and The Princess Comes Across. Now, Love Before Breakfast poster was, they're getting rid of all the altered innocent stuff. You got to, if you want to get any of that stuff, and Malcolm has it all anyway. But if you're not Malcolm and you want to get any of that stuff, hey, there's Simade. Welcome, man. You want to get
in the house? Got to go like this with Cinema Davidson here because it's weird. Boom, 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 boom.
The at the time controversial cover before Love Before.
Who the hell gave him a black eye?
Have you seen the movie?
I'll beat him up. Yeah.
Watch the movie. It's really fun.
I'm just adding a little bit of excitement.
Obviously, it was a cat fight. No, it wasn't a cat fight. More recent release, but because of the film, I really want to put this one in here. Cold Eyes of Fear.
Ooh.
People rag on this because they expect this to be a giallo in the standard like definition of what a giallo is, but it's more home invasion giallo. But it's such a really, really good title, and there is some damn fine acting in this. Fernando Rey, Frank Wolf. I love Frank Wolf, by the way. Anything he's in, he's such a good actor. And this is the 4K release, so I don't always cheap out, as Mel would say. All right, we got a couple more arrows here. Are you ready for them? You go together, so let's put them together. The most
Obsession and Sisters, two great ones, two great thrillers as well.
And underrated when it comes to De Palma stuff. If anybody talks about De Palma, they're always talking about some of the other stuff. They're usually talking about Dress to Kill or something like that. Sometimes you'll get them talking about sisters, you know, Jennifer Salt and Margot Kidder, but you don't rarely does anybody talk about Obsession, which for me, I'm going to be controversial. Are you ready for this?
Go on.
I like Obsession better than Vertigo. I do. I need me a happier ending. Vertigo, you depress me, man. All right.
I like Sisters. I like Sisters more, I think, than both of them, to be honest.
Sisters is such a good movie. It is such a damn good movie. Sisters has the late, he would be in like Phantom of the Paradise, William Finley in it as well. I love me some William Finley. Such an underrated actor, man. Such a weird looking dude. I'm like the William Finley of YouTube.
They're always the best ones. Who was it? It's Michael Barrymore, wasn't it? The weird looking guy from Hills of Ice.
Yeah.
Classic. That's a guy. That guy is so underrated.
My favorite De Palma right there. Body Double. Relax.
Is that the one in the cover at least? Body Double?
Body Double. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crap. I hate that movie. I absolutely hate it. If somebody gave me this, snap it, because I watched it twice in a row, and I hated every moment of it.
Deborah Shelton's and Melanie Griffith's nude bodies are not enough for you. Deborah Shelton.
Oh, I don't know who these people are.
Death Game.
No, that's a great step.
This is amazing. I got to pick up that the one that William Shatner one you got. I forgot to get it when I was in.
The Impulse one.
Yeah, I had it in my hand too. Again, I love Death Game, but I'm going to say this right now. You've watched the second movie on here, right?
Yeah, I love the second one. I think that's better.
Yeah, it might even be a little bit better than Death Game.
It is.
I
loved it. I'm going to tell you this right now. That girl in the second one with the dark hair. Oh, please tell my doorstep and please torment me. Because I was sitting there watching her going, my word, I want a piece of her. Not the other one. Oh.
Mill Creek was put out by Indicator, I think, over in the UK. I think it was Indicator. Eyes of
It
Laura
was
Mars.
Indicator.
Love
Nice.
this movie. It's like American Giallo.
I prefer that cover, actually.
This was around the time I was pretty much I was in love with Faye Dunaway. So look at her right there. Can you see it was and she is so good in this. Such a good movie. Tommy Lee Jones actually has a commentary on this one, which was early when Indicator started doing stuff like that. We're gonna go
It's great.
We're gonna go to a very low budget company now. Just watch Carlito's Way. Oh,
You know what? I've got to say this. Scarface, right?
Yeah.
When I first watched Scarface, I went around going, "You can have some balls" and all this. I used to just say it randomly. Like my dad would be in a store and he'd go, "Look, I want a refund or something." He'd go, "We don't know." And I'd go, "Let me do this. I got some bigger balls and I need you to deal with them now."
Or like if you watch it on TV, you could be like, "Hey, did you get that scar from eating pineapple?"
There you go.
All right, Slasher Studios. Fan of their work. I wish they would have put out more. Don't Go to the Reunion.
Oh, nice.
It's a fun little, like low budget little one, but it's not their best work. It is good.
I don't own it. I would like to, but I don't own it.
Irrational Fear is the best work, in my opinion.
That's a good one.
I do like the Christmas one as well. I have the Christmas one too, but I just really like Irrational Fear.
I watched it. I watched that. I watched it on a digital.
It's a fun one. Huh? Yeah, it's way more fun than I expected to be. Actually,
Yeah.
Early Blue Underground. God told me.
Oh, that's on 4K now, isn't it?
Yeah. This scared the hell out of me when I watched it. This is when type of movies that actually like kind of creep me out. This kind of creeped me out, and I think considering modern day society, it creeps out a bit more now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I get that.
All right. I think you're gonna like the next cover. Are you ready?
Let's see it.
It's a Cult Epics release.
Oh,
The Claire Sinclair show. And it actually has featuring Bunny Yeager's Last Sitting. Yeah, if you have not seen this,
yes, pick it up.
Oh yeah,
pick it up. I picked up the Altered Innocence films. I always pick them up. I have to. That's probably the label. That's probably one of the labels I support the most.
I think God Told Me To is one of those, like, it's really hard to like know exactly what to expect when it comes to that film. And even if you go and like haven't and you think you know, you don't really know, because it's so different. And we're gonna get a bit classy here. I'm ready, because we're getting a Twilight Time release, and one that I was a massive fan. So Summer Lovers. This one here, Peter Gallagher, Daryl Hannah, and oh God, what's her name again? I always forget her name. Barley Quinninson. It's actually really. Hey, welcome, man. Have you seen this?
No, sadly.
It is such a good movie. It's a beautiful film.
Hey,
and it was shot. Hey, welcome in Greece, and I think it was one of those movies that truly did make me want to kind of fall in love with like wanting to travel, and maybe got me to the point where I'm at right now, where I just want to go. Like,
I think the two films that made me want to go to Greece were those two Greek Jellos, because it looks like a pervert's paradise to me.
You mean like the Wife Killer and like the other one?
Yeah, there you go, Wife Killer. What's the other one called?
The God, what is the other one called? That's what the other one's the one I like best too.
They released them on Blu-ray this year, those two.
Oh, I can't remember.
The Mangler.
No, it's not the Mangler.
Is that the Mangler?
No. They put out another Greek one too, but it's like You get one person that actually goes out and like talks to themselves.
Dove
That's
said yes.
the
That's the
mutilator.
mutilator. I knew I got it wrong. The mangler, the mutilator. The best bit in that is where that hook goes right in that guy's crutch. Like, boom! I love that.
I love the frigging spring break song that plays. It's like it's from another movie. I love it. Going on spring.
Great film.
It is such a cool
Great
film.
film. After seeing Mamma Mia. You know what? Between you and me, guys, I've never watched either of those movies.
Which one?
Mamma Mia.
Really?
Yeah, never seen them. I want to because I like the whole dancing thing. But
It's
I ain't seen them.
or the Marvel Epic Collection book for Danny Ketch Ghost Rider. Good. That's my Ghost Rider, man. Even though I
Nice
grew up in
one.
the 70s and 80s, I'm a Danny Ketch fan. Okay, my favorite Larry Preston film was put up by Scream Factory. And it is, no, it's not Wendigo, it is Beneath. This is my favorite by Larry Preston. And
Is that hippo?
it's like this underwater, like it's aquatic horror. Like my better half's like, marine biologist. And aquatic horror is fun. It's low budget and it's basically kind of like The Raft. In the way, how much will I buy an indicator sale? Probably nothing because this guy here, a lot. But me,
Actually, you know what? I would. I'm going to tell this right now. If I'm definitely buying one set, and you know what set that is, I'm definitely buying the Oddman set. But if there's some of the other ones I haven't got in the sale, which to be honest with you, I'm up to date on nearly all of them, then I'll probably pick them up because the sale's tomorrow, isn't it? So
it is. Well, I'm going to do a video on the sale, and I'm going to unbox the indicators that I got.
yeah,
So
we're going to do it.
so basically, this movie here is set on a boat, and these guys go out into this river, and they get stuck in this on the boat because there's these creepy like fish creature that if they try to swim, whatever, it'll kill them. So they're just stuck there, and that's the movies. Think like The Raft, sort of, but the Stephen King story.
Oh, can I just say something quickly? I just want to say this quickly to Darth Sidious because I'm on video, so we can feel my heart more when I say this. I forgot it was Darth Sidious's birthday. So I said sorry. I said sorry in the message I sent, but I want to say sorry now because nothing means more than a sorry, an apology in person. So I apologize. I care about your friendship very much, and I care about you, and I feel very bad about forgetting it. And hopefully you can forgive me. And yeah, so I'm sorry about that, and I love you. So there you go.
I got everybody say happy birthday to Darth Sidious.
Darth Sidious, happy birthday.
Your birthday's on the same day as my cousin's.
You deleted that comment before I even got a chance to read it. I like reading the comments, laughing, and then you delete them.
It was just the same. Attention, give me attention, please. I need attention.
You haven't lived until you've seen Julie Walters aggressively dance that.
That is pretty cool, actually.
I never watched that film. I own it, but I've never watched it.
It is so good. The Addiction is probably one of my favorite Bel Ferreira films. It's cool. Christopher Walken has a small but really cool role in this film. I like an important role, and it's a black and white film, and it's brilliantly done. It's an indie film. That's the crazy stuff. So I hope Todd Slaughter sets on sale. That'll be amazing.
I would be. I just bought it.
Scalpel.
I've never seen that one, funny enough.
Are you serious? This is so. Seriously, this is like
I've never seen it.
Excellent, like kind of Southern Gothic, right? So we got like
hello, Josephine. Thank you for saying my full name.
We got Judith. What's her name again? Judith Chapman, right? Yeah, Judith Chapman on here, and basically she plays two roles. So this guy, Robert Lansing, he's a plastic surgeon, and his daughter, like, she runs away, and shortly after that, the grandparents like die. Now, after the grandparents die, they will everything to the daughter. So basically he's like, oh crap, I need this money for my, for my plastic surgery thing. She's not around. So he sees this stripper that got beaten up really badly when he's driving home, and he picks her up
Ooh.
and he brings her to his thing, and he does plastic surgery on her to make her look like his daughter. And so then he brings her back to the house so that they can collect the inheritance, and they start to have a romantic relationship, which is really freaking weird. And
I kind of like it, actually. I kind of like this idea.
and it gets and then it starts to get twisted. So after that, like, there's a lot more twists. All right, another
Wow.
one that I used to talk about a lot on the channel, and I think it's been a while, so I got to talk about it now. Orphan Killer. I own the mask. I met the director. I met the lead actress in the film. She was such a sweetheart, gorgeous, by the way. But like one of those, what do you call it? Gorgeous that doesn't realize how gorgeous she is, type of thing. And
Yeah, I love those type of people.
and she is so Diane Foster name. She's so sweet, and it's such a cool. Have you seen this movie?
No, I didn't
It's
even
a
know it was
cool
available outside of. I didn't know it was outside of Germany
So
because there's a media book in Germany.
it started out as a Facebook funded and a Facebook promoted film. So it was the first like horror film to be like completely like kind of like promoted on Facebook and stuff like that. So that's where I used to find it out. I went to the Montreal Comic Con and the HorrorCon too as well at that point, and they had the limited edition with the soundtrack, which is a lot. I feel like kind of like dark, like kind of a hard metal stuff. There's some cool hard metal in there as well. Stuff from like Bullet Tooth, Deception of a Ghost, Most Precious Blood, Born of a Saurus, Oh God, stuff like that. Oh DOD. But great release. Of course, I have the mask as well that I got from the director before they started to kind of mass
Let's
produce
talk about
them.
this mask. Let's talk about this mask. That's a little bit of reality to this. People
Yeah.
have seen the mask because you used to use it
Wear
in your thank you videos, right?
Yeah.
So the question I want to know about your mask is this: have you ever put it on? There you go, just like that. Have you ever put it on, and have you ran around naked in it while screaming obscenities?
I have not. Though I have
Yeah.
upgraded the costume twice. I did it for 2 different Halloweens, and I did I had like kind of a jumpsuit, my kind of Michael Myers-esque costume
Yeah.
for that, and then I upgraded to a kind of like a flak jacket type thing that I got at a
That's
Salvation
actually
Army.
good, actually. The flag jacket thing, I like that.
And
Get some protection.
it's such a cool one. I like to experience. Neatest thing with that. So I'm in North Sydney. I'm working at this call center, and the lady that's right next to me is basically, she's like, I don't like horror stuff. Get a fiend mask. I would love a fiend mask. She's like, okay, you can wear horror, but don't wear anything too creepy. So I come in with the Scream outfit on, right? So I'm wearing the Scream outfit and the Scream mask. And she's like, oh, that's not too bad. I like Scream. So I get there and I sit down because I sit beside her. And I slowly take out the Scream mask, and I'm wearing the Orphan Killer mask underneath it, which is absolutely freaking her out. She made me put it away, but I had to do it, guys. Malcolm got lost again. We'll get him back here in a second. But anyway, if you work with me, that's the kind of the stuff I do.
Ooh, 2 handsome ones in the building. But Malcolm, there we go.
So you heard the story, right?
Yeah.
What a dick thing to do. Like, she wasn't a horror person. Like,
I'm back.
she like Little House on the Prairie. She was a sweet girl too. Severin.
Oh, we got 7. Yeah, I'm jealous of that, Save. No, to be fair, it's just basically a cardboard set with the individual titles in. So,
except Vault of Amicus is also there.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Actually, I forgot about that. So
That's the.
yeah, I'm more jealous now.
It's got so the Volvo cassette has Dr. Terrace has the trailers, which is I think 4 or so hours of like trailers, and then it's got like a 3 hour long interview with Milton Sabatsky, and then it has hour-long interview, like, I don't know, extra stuff. It's really, really good. But it's got like 3 good films: Asylum, The Beast Must Die, and Now the Screaming Starts. I think The End of the Screaming Starts is probably the most underrated. People usually know the other 2. But
Yeah.
I still think The End of the Beast Must Die is probably a little underrated too. Indicator.
Ooh.
Terrence Stamp
Oh,
McClure.
nice. That is definitely one that's underrated. Definitely.
Brilliant film. Brilliant film. I've watched it so many times. And Smith Egger. I always wonder if this
Hell,
was
their
ever.
box sets are very improved a lot. They've improved a lot.
And by the way, guys, if you ever want to pick this up, it's
It'll be in the
region
south.
free. Hence region free. Who do you think does the best releases, US or UK? Paris. UK. I think the UK does do the best releases. I think the US has gotten the US or North America have gotten better. With companies like Severin and Vinegar Syndrome, I think put out amazing stuff.
I
Screen Factory does great
I
stuff.
I
UK.
think England does the best releases, but I think America does the best unknown releases out that you want to pick up. So, for instance, I buy tons of movies from America because I know a lot of those movies aren't going to be released over here, especially in 4K.
The best looking releases are in Paris.
Oh, he goes there once, and now he wants to be a Frenchman.
So, what am I wrong? Was that not the best looking version of American Werewolf in
He's
London?
wrong.
It really
I'm just going
was.
to say it right now, he's wrong.
It really was the best looking.
Nope.
I had.
Nope. Aaron's wrong. France has the worst artwork on all their releases.
Oh, it's so not true. 101 Films, they do kind of get stepped on, and it's the next one title we're talking about. I'm kind of sad that I didn't see this back in the day when this came out, because I can
It probably would
imagine
have been more impactful.
Yeah.
It was on when I was a kid because that's an English movie.
Prime, yeah. Oh, you'll see, like, I'll get like sponsored by Prime. I'll have like a Prime picture in the background written. They'll be wearing like Prime t-shirts. Now this is Ghostwatch.
I just wish 101 Films would release all their sets like that, because those ones in just the cardboard boxes, the cheap cardboard boxes with the book, I think are absolute rubbish.
I thought they did, because obviously this was the first like back label I had. So when I told you, I'm like, okay, wow, I can't believe this is great. But yeah, they definitely should. This is a great set.
Exactly. No, they do the most unknown, more unknown movies, and that's what I like about the American side of things. I mean, sometimes you get them from 88 Films, sometimes you get them from Arrow and that, but not always.
I mean, like, we literally did look at the American Horror Project box set, like, and that is some pretty unknown stuff. We got to look at the William Griffey stuff.
Yeah, but that's 6 movies, isn't it? That's 6 movies if you go over the 2 box sets. Out of how many movies do you think in America they've released? I mean, you think about Code Red back in the day.
Again, let's talk quality and quantity, because there's that aspect to think about as well.
Remember, I'm an archivist. You're a curator, so I'm up here, you're here, so I know what I'm talking about.
Archivist, that you reverse that. Because I'm a curator.
No, I was called the archivist, and you're the curator.
Quality over quantity.
Oh, I've got Snapdragon. I should have bought that set instead of buying the Blu-ray of Snapdragon.
And Night Eyes, Fatal Passion. This is actually Night Eyes 4. So not my favorite of Night Eyes ones, but still a fun one. Jeff Trachta pretty much takes over the role that Andrew Stevens was doing for part 1 to 3. Not as in like playing the same character. Andrew Stevens gets hurt in the beginning of the first in this one, and his character comes in when Andrew Stevens says.
I'll always wish I picked up that Keanu Reeves movie. Is it Johnny Mnemonic?
John Mnemonic.
Yeah. Because that looks so beautiful, that box. Because that was one of those Ghostwatch boxes. I always regret not having that.
Speaking of beautiful boxes, I love
Oh,
Society. This
classic.
fire was important in my age. And I said happy birthday to you, man. Just saying. That's actually pretty cool.
I actually think Society is a great representation now of today's people.
Hell yeah. And it's such a good film. Like this, you got this one, right? I'm sure you got this one. What's
Don't own it.
really are you serious?
Nah.
The sequel to Society was done in a comic book format. And it's right here. Ian Dyer's comic book.
Ooh. Is that on
And
the standard Blu-ray release?
I don't think so.
No.
But look the artwork. Look familiar?
Oh, I like that. I might look that up and buy that.
Because it's cool. And the art is very reminiscent to me of it came with comic. If remember like
The comic actually looks a lot better than the Demon ones they did.
Well, this was actually a comic that came out, like and they kind of like put it together. It was Rough Cut Comics. It's very reminiscent. Artwork's very reminiscent to like kind of like Todd McFarlane, like the Twitch. Remember the Twitch, the technical characters, that stuff. It's a wonderful release. So how was your first Arrow pickup? There we go, man.
Wow.
There you go. Radiant's putting out some unknown stuff.
I will say this, Mike. Radiants are putting some unknown stuff out, but I think that just shows us to a degree, but especially the older stuff that's unknown, it's coming here for the first time. And if you watch it, and I'm sure you do, not all the movies, don't get me wrong, they're not always going to be winners for everybody, but I find they have a very strong kind of like very artistic setting in the sense of you watch it and you get some more out of it than a standard movie, because most they make you think, they make you feel, and sometimes there's stuff that you feel disgusted but you haven't seen before.
That's what I
like
felt.
that about Radiant.
That is how I felt watching Zipperface. I was like, man, deep thoughts.
He loves to rub it in because that was the one film I would have picked up. I even showed the picture, and you bought the exact media book.
You gotta get it, man. But wait, let me talk to them, see what I can find out.
All right.
Only TV.
Well, that's the miniseries.
Yep. It actually was meant to go longer, but I got canceled. Jekyll was really
because that's got Michelle Ryan in it from EastEnders,
and
James Nesbitt.
And my favorite,
I love James Nesbitt.
Gina Bellman from Couplings.
Ooh.
She's the lead lady in this, and God, she did like this kind of like grifter con artist detective show. It's kind of still on the go. Came back. All right, we got only 4 more to go. Are you ready?
And then I can show what I picked up today.
Exactly.
Why hasn't Sex Wish never had a proper release? It seems like companies are scared of it. I'll tell you why. Because every man's wish is sex. And they know that if they put that out, it's going to be wanted so much for all the wrong reasons. But, they're going to just have to keep releasing it. I want that DVD. That DVD, I want that.
This needs a better release. It
needs a Blu-ray release from Severin. That's what it needs.
It needs yes, it does. I would love to see Severin put this out. I thought they were actually, and who knows, maybe they will. This is the Maya release. Again, Maya's company's kind of business.
I just want to cut in here about Maya. Maya is one of the greatest labels that's been forgotten.
Yeah.
And gone out of business, but released. We're talking about Italian films and that, but no one else will ever release again. There's Edwin Finch titles that were comedies, all sorts of things, right? They will never ever come out again unless for some reason somebody else decides to put out a mantle, because these were forgotten movies, not by the Italians, but for us. This was Gangway Milan. I really liked it. I'm glad you liked it, Vince. Gangway Milan. I'm very, what do you call it about? I watched it, the first time I watched it, I thought it was a bit boring. But it might have been the day. I watched it a second time and I enjoyed it a lot more. So I definitely recommend that. I'm guessing you got the Raro one. Was it the UK Raro or was it the American one? Because I know the UK one came with a booklet. Are you going to pick up The Boss as well with Henry Silverman?
I almost picked up like some steelbooks of those actually recently.
Hmm.
2 of these, by the way, were written by Argento. One is directed by Argento, though there's 4 stories, and one is directed by Lucio Cozzi. So call back to
That's a
Untamed.
beautiful. That's one of those sets that I'm surprised nobody's picked up.
Here's one that is getting a new release coming up soon, and it's a fair demand because I am a Conexploitation guy. Ghost Keeper.
Ooh.
So if you've not seen Ghost Keeper, this is one of the most Canadian films you're ever going to see because it is about these people that go out on snowmobiles, and it's too cold, and their snowmobiles break down. So the Jello in Venice. Yes, I did actually, and it is a good film.
I've seen it. I had a Pirate of Jello in Venice for many years, and I got the Blu-ray, and I always loved that guy with when he's got those glasses on and he's going in, and I'm like, "Ooh, what's he up to?" And he looks like this pervert guy who's trying to think it, and then there's the cutting. And it's a short film, but it's a brilliant film.
Have you seen Ghost Keeper?
I might have done. Has it got a different title?
It might, but it's mostly known. This is one Code Red put this out. This is the DVD. There's the Blu-ray, but there's a new edition coming out soon. I can't remember who's putting it out though. 2 more.
Start with 2 more, guys. 2 more. Sex with a Smile. That's you know what? Yes, that was a classic, Matty.
Yeah. Sergio.
Queens of Evil. Do you know? I almost bought that set, and then I just thought, screw it, I'll buy the normal one. Oh dear. Are you telling me you're going to exchange my normal one for your one then?
No, because I am a massive. This is 990 of 1200, and it comes with the bonus disc with a conversation with Ray Lovelock. Massive conversation with Ray Lovelock.
I made a mistake there then. I should have bought it.
I'm a massive Ray Lovelock.
I love Ray Lovelock.
And this is such a good. This is what you call full core and
collector's edition.
Underrated full core. But
has anybody bought the recent Mondo titles? Because I did.
My dad bought one of them apparently because you.
I know. Yeah, I recommended it to him, didn't I? I contacted him and said, "Are you going to get it?" Oh, but it's not just Franco movie; it's a Lena Romay movie. So either way, might as well be. So yeah, I bought them both. I like it when they release 2 because when they release 2, it don't cost as much. Oh, you grabbed them too, did you, Warlock? Nice.
Started my health move thing.
Oh yeah.
And last, but definitely not least, a called epic release that is epic.
Oh, it's the Dutch Sex Wave collection. I
love this set. And I ordered this from Obstructed View. Warlock knows what I'm talking about. Unobstructed View, when they first came out, I ordered this from them and they took forever. This took forever. I actually thought this was going to be last. I waited forever. I sent them messages. So I sent them a message. I said, "Hey, it's been over a month. I hadn't written anything on my titles. Anything coming out?" They said, "Oh, we've sent out some titles." I sent them back. I said, "Okay, thanks a lot. Are you going to set? Do you know when an estimated time on the other titles?" And he said, "Well, since you asked, we're canceling those other titles." Yeah, because I asked.
No,
hey, I'm kidding. I'm not kidding. They canceled it. So this is a really good set. Obsessions is freaking fantastic. You've got this, right?
Yeah, I've got it. I've seen it a long time ago though.
Obsessions has Martin Scorsese doing the dialogue for the movie. Bernard Herrmann does the score. It's got a wonderful ending. It's very kind of Giallo-esque.
Yeah.
Frank and Eva is really good. I just really enjoyed that film. Is it Frank and Eva that has Sylvia Crystal early role on there, one of her first, if not her first role? Blue Movies here as well, which is really good. And Susan, Sandra, Olga, and Julie, which again, it's fun, and it's just such a good release. If you've never seen these, they put them out separately as well. If you didn't want to get all of them, but this one came with with a booklet, and with the booklet, it's just writing, a whole lot of writing. And this is Obsessions right here, and Obsessions basically is kind of like a almost like a Rear Window type thing, except
Mm,
sees this like
good.
this peek hole in his apartment, and he looks and he
Who
sees,
doesn't want a peephole?
yeah, but he sees murder.
Hey, even
And
better.
there we go with okay. Oh, shut up. Minus
It
Spanish.
is. Yes, it is. It's great. I buy every Mondo release.
My better
There's
half.
only a few companies I buy every release of, and it's Eureka, A8 Films, Vinegar Syndrome, Terrorvision, or maybe it isn't just a few, Mondo. To the point that I end up double dipping sometimes the same month because they both release the same titles.
I can tell you from my better half, her favorite like release companies are Armando Macabro, Kino Lorber, and Criterion are her top three.
I can tell you why. I can tell you one of the reasons. One of the reasons
Okay.
your Hin loves that is because she's a very I don't put it in the right words. It's obviously not a diss thing or anything. She's very wide ranged when it comes to cinema, so she can watch stuff from all over, you know. And because of her background and because the way she's learned, you know, many languages as well, it's even more great because, you know, I wish I had that same thing. I mean, obviously I watch stuff all over the world, but I wish I could watch them without, you know, the subs on certain ones. So I find it impressive.
For me, it's like there's a context that she gets that being, you know, me, I just can't. I'm from North America.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, and it's just like she's
a very intellectual woman.
She's way smarter than me. I'd say that. She is. I'm a geek, but like, and I know my geek stuff, but she knows. We're at a place like she's the extrovert. She's the one that carries on the beer.
She's the brains.
She is the brains.
So. All right, shall I show what I picked up today?
Yes, please.
So, guys, I went into HMV today, and I promised the wife I'd pick up only 2 towels, and I picked up 7.
So obviously, stuck to it.
Yeah, so obviously she wasn't too impressed. I'll be showing off your 1,500. No, I won't be showing them off because I think she would fall asleep by the time I show them off, sadly. The reason I won't show them off either is because I feel like they're very unknown and a lot of people won't have a clue who's in them sometimes. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's stars in them, but they're probably very impactful to me, but not to many others because, you know, if it was Jackie Chan.
On your channel, like showing off so many at a time type thing. Do it like go through the whole.
I could do, but I don't know. We'll see. Maybe one day. But okay, so these 2 were in the sale because there were a couple of sales in there. So I'll start with Arrow because everybody loves Arrow. So these were $8.99 each. Not that one. This one. And the first one was Incredible But True. You know, and because I saw George earlier, this is an unboxing video, right? Because I know how much you like it when people don't unsell things when they're unboxing. And Sailor Suit and the Machine Gun. This is a Japanese movie, which I wanted, but I kept missing out on.
Yeah, I can't expect
so
you to
I picked that up. Yeah. Well, I would have last year, but for some reason, they kept sending it out in the store. So I've got it now, thankfully. In the next sale, they had 2 4Ks, 2 for 40. So I picked up, these were the newer ones. So I picked up The Hunger Games, The Ballad of the Songbirds and Snakes. I only ever watched the first Hunger Games movie. I've got the collection of them and still haven't watched them. So I've
seen the first couple. Hin's watched them all. We got them all here, but I haven't seen. That's the new one. I don't think we got that one. Because that's like
that is the new one.
That's a prequel, right?
That's the prequel one. That's got that. Is it that Z-Wagger in it? That woman, Rachel Zegler. That's it. And I got from your recommendation. I picked up the Marvels.
Actually, I dug that one. Oh, I need that.
You know what I like about this movie, from what I've seen, is unlike most of these movies, it's only an hour and 40 minutes, which means it's a 90-minute movie with the credits.
Yeah. Amanda Valana, like, she gets the best part.
Now, these two were in the 2 for £22 sale. So I picked up The Sound of Freedom.
Oh, nice.
With Henry Cavill, because that looked good. And I'm not sure if Darth Sidious has watched this, but if he hasn't, Passages, which is a LBGT movie.
Passages I like. I love the fact that you showed Passages with The Sound of Freedom, because we're not going to get into it.
I guess if I put these together, it's kind of funny because it's kind of like, hey, read them together, right?
Well, I'll tell you a little something.
Well, yeah. This actually has a booklet and art cards in it as well. So it's like I have to pick this up. And this was at the counter. If you picked up other things, you could get Ghostbusters Afterlife. For some reason, I thought I owned it. Apparently, I don't. And I thought, I should probably watch it with the new one out. So I thought I'd better, but I'm not the biggest Ghostbusters person. But I don't mind giving it a watch when I want to have a little break from my Hong Kong films.
I haven't seen the latest one. Did you read the message?
I did. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. I guess I didn't think about that, but yeah, that's pretty cool. So yeah, really Ghostbusters was the other one. Yeah, I was happy with these. Donna was impressed because she said for once she didn't go over £100. So she was impressed. Yeah. I originally went in there because I was going to get the Marvels and the Hunger Games. The Marvel, because I had a choice. It was either the Hunger Games, Marvels, or Five Nights at Freddy's.
I recommend next Five Nights at Freddy's, which is a lot of fun.
Yeah, I was going to get Five Nights at Freddy's, but then I went, you know what? I fancy the Hunger Games because as much as I would like Five Nights at Freddy's, I feel like that's a movie I could wait for until I saw it, with something else. So, have I played the game?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've played the game, found it really tedious.
Like I played like one of them. I haven't played like the whole ton of like Five Nights at Freddy's games. But my niece, she's a massive fan. She's like got all the stuff so she knows the lore. So there's a whole ton of stuff. And after you watch the movie, then there's a couple good deep dive videos on it that are really, really fun to watch. But
I think that's the key, isn't it? I mean, there's things I've watched, like Tomb Raider, when Tomb Raider came out, the original Tomb Raider. I was like, oh, that goes with this. This goes with like what they've done in this game and that game and this character and that character. Screenbound Direct, RAF it's a great site, but it's very basic. In my view, they're a very disappointing site because they release some good things. Like I picked up Sharknado 1 to 6 and the Euro Crime collection of them, and I've picked up many titles, but they're not They're not anything special in my view, as a company. Not that I think they're bad.
Do some website overviews. I'm not sure if we should pre-tape them or we should do live website overviews.
I think we should do them live because Phil would like to talk about them probably. Like, oh yeah, Plus, if we're doing it live, Phil might buy from them directly while we're talking to them, and we can say in the notes section, say Aaron and Malcolm from the Cult of Cinema page got me a buy from you.
Well, I remember I was doing like a Kino sale video once, and somebody was like, "We're going through the titles and stuff like that."
Hold on, I haven't seen Passages, but I've explored them. I love that. It's perfect. I've explored many passages too.
Been with shows. It's all
sorry, yeah, we're gone.
But it was like somebody bought like over $400 stuff. I'm like, man, that's so cool.
Malcolm, have you seen Wife to be Sacrificed? That was by a Japanese film, which is great. I don't think I've seen that one. It doesn't come to mind. I'll look it up. In a bit. Because it's possible for over the years because I've watched so many films, and sometimes they have different names, don't they? Retrospective of out of business companies might be interested. That would be a good one as well.
That's a great idea, actually.
Especially if we go through the history archive, because we can go on their pages too.
Yeah, Twilight Time, companies like that. We'll look into some of the Other one, oh, God, so many stuff, so many places have gone out. Remember Network? I'm still crying about
We're
Network.
covering Indicator tomorrow as well, aren't we?
Yep. And I've got stuff that I bought recently. I haven't unboxed it yet because when I unboxed it on the during the sale, I'm going to do the stuff that I picked up. And
The other thing I'm
obviously,
going to say, go on, Aaron, sorry.
no, you keep talking because I'm going to bring over one indicator and I'm going to show to get ready for the
Okay.
sale.
I was going to say, somebody said earlier that people were upset about the rolling stuff being on sale. And, I bought the rolling stuff day one. So, if I want to, I could moan about it, I guess. But my view is this: if you look at modern sales now, like prime example, right? Marvels and Hunger Games came out. Now, if I bought these on day one, let's say it was 50 quid, it's $24.99 each. Today, I bought them for the 2 for 40. In 6 months from now, they'll probably be in the 2 for 30, and probably even less than that. Then eventually, they'll probably be in a 2 for like 24 or something. It doesn't take that long for stuff to go down. So at the end of the day, you have to make that choice. If you want it then, you've paid it.
Also, sometimes if you buy something within the first couple of days that it came out, it's cheaper to buy than it is later on. Because I remember buying I bought Captain Marvel day one, and that was like way cheaper to buy than it was like 2 months down the road. Because Walmart does this thing where they put the prices super low for like 2 days, and then they up the prices really quickly. Okay, an indicator one that's already unboxed, but I'm going to show it on here because I think Malcolm's he's going to get it, or he should get it, because I want to do this series. So George is going to be, this is George's favorite.
You want us to both watch that, talk about it, didn't you?
Oh yeah, from Hollywood to heaven. So again, this is number 392 of 6,000. So George ordered early. George got me this, by the way.
Actually, that's not true. That's not true. I'm not putting George down there, but I've had stuff from them that was, what you call, thumbs down.
Thumbs down on it. Hey.
Oh, George, you got this.
No.
I've had boxes like 2 months after they've come out and got like 220 instead of like 2 days after I pre-ordered it, and it's been like 2,000 or so. I think it's just the luck of what box you get, when they come in. But either way, it's still a great number.
But the Armand family were a exploitation filmmakers, and they were in a plane crash, and they found the Lord. They did, hallelujah. And once they did, they decided to make religious films with a vacuum of a priest that had no personality at all, by the name of Estes Perkel. And only problem with that is that here's the thing: they had made exploitation, and they only knew how to make exploitation. So they made so-called religious films with an exploitation slant.
Please tell me there's lots of nudity in it.
There's
people wide it's going, praise the Lord.
So let's get them in the right order here. Let's run. Oh, these are in the wrong order. I hate what happens.
That does suck, Warlock. Why did they get rid of them all?
That's the cards. There's a whole bunch of cards. Will you come? Will you come? That's from the movie. That's the religious one. So starts off with, please don't touch me. Why did marriage have to be like this? Cruel, ugly. Why couldn't it bring me the happiness I longed for? Please don't touch me. Yeah. And also, White Lightning Road. So, Untamed Mistress, please don't touch me. White Lightning Road.
Damn.
Yeah. And I can't show you. Is there nudity? Yes, I almost showed it to you by accident.
Oh wow, there's nudity. Well, then I'm definitely buying it then tomorrow.
I will show you after this. So we got here the exotic one. The exotic ones? So you can get it out right. Monster Mangles nightclub stripper, shocking, mutilated, brutality, vivid realism. Girl from Tobacco Row. We got 40 Acre Feud. Girl from Tobacco Row. The exotic ones. This is all their exploitation stuff, by the way. Look at there. If that doesn't excite you. So, Hank Williams Sr. wanted me. And now we get into their other type of stuff. The thrilling Estes Perkle.
Blood will flow like water.
Yep, in this movie it does. The frightening prophecy of a doomed America. Here, Estes Perkle. If footmen tire you, what will horses do?
I have to, George, because Alan wants to do a series on them, so I have to.
Also, the burning hell, because yeah. Footmen tire you, what will horses do? The burning hell, the grim reaper, the believer's heaven, as opposed to the unbeliever. There is Mr. Perkle himself right there.
Oh, it looks a bit like your dad.
Oh God, don't say that. Don't say that. My dad is the second coming. C. King Nebuchadnezzar's dream. C. Abraham and Isaac. C. Women at the tomb. C. Antichrist soldiers.
Oh.
Return is imminent. Written and directed by Tim Ormond.
Take care, Trek. Have a good day.
Oh, thanks, Trek.
I'd rather watch this set than the Michael J. Murphy set.
Oh yeah, I actually do think this will be more exciting than Michael J. Murphy. 39 Stripes. It's about the second coming. Sacred symbol. Extraterrestrial. There's a bunch of cards, a book. There's a whole bunch of stuff in here. There's of course the book that I think Nicholas Winding Reading kind of like promoted. Anyway, it's going to be part of the sale, I think. If it is, it's a one time to get it. I do not recommend this as a full price buy.
Yeah, don't pay $54.99 for it.
Yeah, but I do think this is a lot of fun for it's especially for an archivist standpoint, but also for a curation standpoint for me. There's a ton of features on here. There's a feature which, speaking to Gino, actually did a recent video. Most recent one is Lash Through. The Ramones did a documentary on Lash Through, and it's and it's on here. Lash Through, A Man and His Memories, 7-minute documentary. So I'm actually kind of curious to check that out.
They did the documentary of an exploitation twist.
I'm sure.
No, there's no packages coming today. Duff said yes because it's Sunday, yeah. But I was looking. The reason I kept looking was because there was kids outside, and I was a bit worried about because they kept running across the road. So I was a bit worried that they might get hit by a car, and they were yelling a bit. So that's why. But they seem to have gone now. I don't like kids being in the road. I always worry.
My cats are surprisingly quiet, which means they're going to go nuts as soon as this video is over.
I picked them up yesterday. What came yesterday? Can't remember because every day's like mail day for me, so I can't remember. But some stuff came, but I did pass out, as Aaron knows, because I had a massive spider bite last night. I didn't know it was even there. I woke up this morning from a massive fever, and Donna told me, "Look, you got a massive spider bite right there on your arm, right there."
It's so comical. We've got spider bites last week.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And look at this. Look at this fucking thing.
Look at that. That's awful, isn't it?
Where's my spider powers? Like I should be like be able to climb up this now.
I was saying this earlier, wasn't I? I was saying Hen should have been Silk. You could be Peter Parker because you've got the look for it, and I could be Spider-Man 2099 because it's quite a bigger one because the outfit. Or if you watch Spider-Man 2 Spider-Verse, I could be Spider-Pig.
It's kind of comical that Spider-Man. Like if you look back, there was a Spider-Man like comic, and it's like, oh, man, I've been bitten by a radioactive spider, and we got spider powers. Also, randomly, I guess I know how to make spider webs, synthetic spider webs, because I can do that now. Like nothing to do with the powers. It was kind of neat when the J. Michael Straczynski did the other. Remember that storyline with the spider
Yeah.
totem, and he had the spider webs that came out of his. Actually, I like that. That came out of his. Actually, came out of him.
I prefer Spider-Man to works when he has a spider web coming out of something else.
I love me. So for those that don't know, I do TikTok as well, and I did like a bunch of TikTok videos today. Not sure we got many views.
If you ever doubted Aaron not being a good guy, TikTok tells you with the people that are on there. Every time I go on TikTok, all I see is the most trashiest people. It's mental.
There's good people on TikTok. You get some good people.
There are. It's just my algorithm. Women dancing
Why?
and
You're buying if you watch the douchey, you're gonna keep getting the douchey.
yeah, so I think that's what it is.
It's like there's this one guy, and it was like he's one of these douchebag guys, right? And he's like, I can't believe that there's all these like young girls on TikTok doing all these like all this sexy stuff and like and getting like half naked and stuff like that. And I'm like thinking, dude, you realize there's an algorithm. They're showing you this because that's what you're looking for.
Oh, the first time I went on TikTok, I was scrolling through and I went, why is there so many young girls here? Right? I don't see any of that now, except for like maybe one odd thing that pops up.
Yeah,
but at the time, I was like, what is this? Because obviously when you first start, it's probably the recommended kind of things. Oh, you're welcome, George. You're going to love it, I'm telling you. Oh, sorry. By the way, I'm George's mummy now. So I hope everybody respects that. Because he's my what shall I call you, George? My baby boy now?
As a breastfeeding, I do not want to see.
Hey, we need to get that going, George. I'll come to you and you can do that. We can record it for Aaron, yeah? Oh.
We will be, for those that have asked. I know there's been conversations and mentionings about like WrestleMania. Malcolm wasn't feeling well that last night. After it happens, it's all over. We're gonna do like a big podcast for that. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. Aside from that, there's the CM Punk thing. There's like, of course, there was the NXT one as well, and there's TNA. And their recent signing of Jonathan Grisham. There's a whole lot of stuff we're going to talk about on that. So there's going to be a lot. It's going to be a massive podcast, I think. And
it's going to be like a bumper special, I reckon.
Well, it definitely will be.
We're hoping to watch WrestleMania Part 2 tonight. I might talk about it while we're watching it.
Yeah, Part 2 should be interesting.
I reckon it's going to be better from what you said.
Here's the thing. It should be a better main event. Without giving too much away. Should be a better main event for sure. And I hope that they don't like botch anything as badly as they botched the Usos.
I really hope. I know it's going to sound bad. I know everybody wants it not to happen. But I would love it if Cody Rhodes didn't finish the story. Not because I don't want him to get it, but because I just think it would be one of those unpredictable things. Like, everybody's like, he's got to. You know, like everybody predicted that Roman would spear The Rock, and he did. And I just hate the fact when people predict something, it happens. It's just annoying.
I think they have to, because you just got to move on. And I think that the Roman spearing The Rock is kind of like a hint that they're moving on. But there's some old BDSM stuff going on here, guys. What
about George is my little?
I think that will.
You know, little culture, didn't you?
Unfortunately, yes, I do.
Will you be watching Discussion on Court? Yes, I'm hoping we do at some point.
You may not be. Here's the thing. I'll be honest with you, Darcidius. I wasn't one of those people that was like champion. I went in expecting it to be super good, and I came out disappointed. So just a bit of a
Yeah, because it
spoiler.
skipped over a lot of stuff, didn't it?
Oh, God. Its editing was crap. That's what bothers me on a filmmaking standpoint. So, Diary of a Mad Housewife's really, really good, actually. So is Prey 1977, like that.
Have you seen that Monkey King one? That monkey
I
trailer
hear
yet?
great things about that, Matt. I hear great things about that. But I heard great
Mm.
things about Iron
We,
Cloud. No, I'm nervous.
me and Alex are supposed to go and watch it in a couple of weeks. So hopefully I'll be able to talk about it a little bit and let you know if it's good.
Yeah, definitely, because I felt I was so excited. Like, and Hind, like, she won't normally watch a lot of the newer stuff, because she's not interested unless when if it's
I get it,
geeky,
to be honest.
like Dune or something like that. She watched that, but but on class she sat down and watched with me. She's okay. Well, she's a wrestling fan, so she's like, "Where's all this? Where's this? Where's this? Where's this?" Like, where's the other brother at?
Yeah.
Like, there's a
Rock pinned Cody because they are setting up Cody versus Rock. I think Rock pinned Cody because they wanted Phil not to believe that Roman could do it. So when Cody beats him tonight, possibly, it would thing it, and then they'd have other options. So I think you're semi right there. I think it's a bit of both.
I think Priest got the. It's not Priest's fault. I like Priest. I love Damian Priest. He's a really good wrestler. But here's
I'd love it. I'd love it if Priest cashes on Cody. That would be brilliant.
I don't think it's a good idea for Priest because it's not going to work out for him. They think, it's going to make him mega heel. Short term.
No, Priest cashes in right on Cody. At the next pay per view, Cody beats him, gets the belt. Then he has to be in a three-way match with Priest and Roman Reigns at the next one. And then Roman Reigns beats him and we get another 5-year title run.
Yeah, I think we're going to get Roman Reigns taking a little bit of a break after WrestleMania, maybe for a couple months. But I think, I know you want to see like Damon and Priest in a three-way, but anyway.
Yeah, I love that, no?
So I think he got that at a horrible time. And it's just bad timing. Punk comes back, a whole bunch of other things like happen. I'm sure they had different plans for Damian Priest than what happened, but he got stuck with it. And they've already kind of mentioned that. Oh, by the way, this year it's not just till WrestleMania. They're expanding the length of time you can have the Money in the Bank briefcase, which I think is letting us know. Okay, by the way,
that's bullshit.
That's true. That's what they said.
No, but I think it's bullshit that they're doing that because, in my view, it just makes you go, well, he can cash in whenever he wants. You're not going to keep your eye on the clock going, he's got to this time. So, yeah, that's it. Ruin it,
I think they should literally just retire the Money in the Bank for a couple of years until they can actually do something with it again.
I think what we need is another Money in the Bank match, right? We need to get a surprise return from Hornswoggle. He wins it. He cashes in on Cody Rhodes, runs out the ring holding the belt, and out comes Fit Finlay and hits him with the shillelagh on the head, drags him back into the ring, starts the match over. Cody pins him 1, 2, 3, and then Fit Finlay hits him over there with the shillelagh, pins him, gets the belt, and leaves, and does the CM Punk with the
What they need to do is, rather than Money in the Bank, they have a couple briefcases out there. It's like a feast and fire type of thing, except you don't know what's in the briefcase, right? So you could be like,
fired title shot.
Remember those for TNA? So you go and you open up like GM for a year, or something along the lines of, I gotta do a strip tease, or just those like insane ones. I'd rather have that at this point. Media books on
watch someone like Randy Orton do a strip tease.
Media books are amazing, man. I'm a massive Malcolm knows. I'm a sucker now for media books. I will buy. Did you see the one that they put on there for Don't Go in the House Alone, for aka Pyromaniac in the UK?
I love that movie. Do you know that's one of my favorite movies? When I was a kid, I watched that movie, right? And after that, I was like, I want to build this underground bunker thing, and I want to invite people in. It was like such an amazing feeling watching that film. Makes me sound psychotic, guys, but I'm not. Well, I mean, I am, but I'm not psychotic for you, okay? So don't worry about it. Ooh, a movie I'm watching is ending in 14 minutes. So hopefully I'll win it.
So, that.
Here it is. Another Hong Kong movie.
One of these days, you're going to buy something that's not Japanese, and we're going to be all freaked out.
Yeah, true. Well,
Like
luckily I can check and see.
There's
keep an eye out.
Had a media book too.
That's beautiful.
Look
that's beautiful. I'd buy that. If I could buy that, I'd buy it.
Yeah, that's a gorgeous one.
I mean, I know I can technically buy it now, but I mean, if it was over here, like if I saw it on eBay, a good price. Hey, Kubrick.
Hey, welcome, Kubrick man. Is there anything here that? Oh, look, see, it's everything's sold already. Look at this. Which is Mountain was there. Ninjas in the Closet, CIA was there. I'm actually surprised it took that long for the Glass Key to sell it.
Outrageous there.
Yeah, there's a few nice titles there. This is, by the way, but this guys, this is just the shoot. I forgot about Legend of the Ranger. I was going to buy them.
I highly recommend Sister Street Fighter, the second movie. I can't remember what it's called. Return of the Sister Street Fighter, because there's a hilarious scene in it where a friend, right, is getting off with the main villain, and she says to him, "You promised me you won't attack her," and he goes, "Yeah, but this was after they've just made love, right?" And he tells his man to come in, and he pokes her eyeballs out on sticks like this, right? And he laughs and says, and says, "You stupid woman, you thought I wouldn't do it." And it was like one of the most amazing things I'd ever seen in a while, like on a cinema thing. Go on Screen Brand Direct Films now. This is had Blu-ray titles. Very cool.
Let's see if something there stands out to me, because there's two screen.
Sure, there's not that much on there, to be honest. But we can look, I guess.
So I'm checking.
There's a couple of new pervy ones on there. One that stars Bridget LaHaye.
Let's look at the sale. Let's look at the sale. Oh, Bridget LaHaye. Ooh.
I wish we could. I wish we could, Cinematech. That'd be amazing.
Hin was going to. Oh God, that would be amazing. That would be incredible.
Hin was going to buy us all tickets.
She's going to buy like a Bridget LaHaye set for me, and I'm like, nah. I got.
I thought you were going to say she was going to buy us tickets. I was like, whoa.
I had the Bridget LaHaye set and the Marilyn Jess set, like Paul's ones in my hands, and she said, we can get these, the last two. And I said, no, it's going to be too hard, type of thing, get them across. All that. So she said, no, don't worry, I can deal with it. Like an idiot, I'm like, that's okay, I'm good, I got enough. And I'm like, I probably should have said yes.
If he does win at Wembley, sadly, it's not. Don't get me wrong. I think he deserves it, but I hate when people get in their own home country, because it always feels a bit of a sellout to me.
So I want to see.
I get it's a magic moment for him. Don't get me wrong, but I'd rather win the title than go to the country and have my title and defend it and win.
So, 55 days at Peking, handful of dust.
Oh, no.
A movie about movie posters.
Ooh.
Sherlock Holmes: A Study in Terror. Man, nothing. I like this here. Like they got the Amityville collection there. If you missed the Vinegar Syndrome one, there's. I like that case. It's kind of cool. Is that steelbook?
It's nice. I actually prefer that to the Vinegar Syndrome one.
Andy Warhol ones are nice too. Actually, if you had that artwork. Did you see Wolf Cop? I love Wolf Cop.
Yes, I love the first one. The second one was disappointing.
It was actually very disappointing. I love most of all. If you own Wolf Cop, there's these guys called Trailer Park Boys. It's a really popular show. It's a Canadian show, became really popular in the United States as well. And
I love Netflix.
Oh my God, yeah. So if you saw Wolf Cop, then one of the special features on it was a trailer for Wolf Cop. And it had like the Trailer Park Boys and the guy that owns like Cinemaplex. and Canada. There, and except that they kept mistaking it, and they didn't think it was Wolf Cop. They thought it was Wolf, a different sequel,
I like that.
which was really, really cool.
Well, Vinegar Syndrome don't have the rights to the Anvil sequels anymore. Rumors are that another label picked them up for 4K, but they better not have because I've only just bought them.
Which one? Which Anvil ones?
The sequels, you know, those 4 that they released, the ones that are on here.
I was going to say, because there's like so many Anvil films. So here's the thing with Anvil, guys. Anvil's a place, and because it's a place, anybody can make a movie with the Anvil title.
Yeah, Hammerville Karen, Hammerville Bigfoot, Hammerville Vibrator, you name it.
Anvil Christmas, anything you want to put on there. Look, Anvil
Hammerville
Sports.
Backpack, Hammerville AI,
Anvil Death Toilet.
Hammerville Death Toilet, you name it.
Which probably, if it's not one, give it a week. It might be. But yeah, it's one of the few things that can do stuff like that. Sub Rosa's released a ton of stuff like that. Sub Rosa does a lot of that SOV stuff now.
Has anybody here bought from SSR? Because I've never bought from them because they cost way too much shipping here. Like I went to pick up one time and it was like £45 shipping.
SSR?
I was like, get lost.
I feel
£45 shipping.
I feel like I have. Let me see.
Hammerville Sharknado.
If I haven't about something.
Yes, SRS, that's it. Thanks, Warlock.
Okay, thank you. Because I'm trying to
find
find
it mixed up. I'm getting mixed up with the SS and NR. You know what I mean?
Did I buy directly from them? I'm trying to remember. I definitely had some of their stuff.
Yeah. I've got some of them. I've got the DVDs. I've got a lot of DVDs because I bought them off eBay. Some of them are all right.
Oh, you wanted to buy the Anvil Bigfoot, was that it?
No, not that. Isn't that the Sean C. Phillips movie?
Maybe.
Yeah, no, I won't buy it.
Savage Vengeance. They put a Savage Vengeance?
Yeah.
I had this. I had Savage Vengeance. Oh, man, I had Savage Vengeance back in the day.
Yeah, we can't see it.
I know. That's on purpose.
Oh, okay.
I'll show you guys.
I just want to make sure in case you were trying to show.
You're right, though, because how often do I do that? I always do that now.
You could get the poster with it too. I like how they charge you more whether it's folded or rolled, which is a bit of a shit thing to do.
Well, to be fair, rolled is going to cost more because it's going to be they're putting it in that big roll.
Look how much you're paying in the first place.
But Savage Vengeance, I'm not going to say it's a good movie because it's not a good movie, but I liked it.
Ooh,
it's just
I'm buying big batches to save on shipping.
It's a zipper face thing.
Oh, that'd be good. Having a Malcolm's excellent Amityville adventure.
There you go. I would totally watch that because I'd be in it. So definitely would. Well, one of these days, me and Malcolm actually meet up in person, which is going to happen. We're going to make it happen. We're going to do like a London go through, and I want to get Malcolm go to Paris with me, and we do the Paris run.
He wants to take me on a. He wants to take me on a romantic weekend.
Romantic. That's it. There you go. Let's go. You see it.
Yep. Big guys, you've never heard of him, George.
Can you imagine it was me and you, George, doing who you'd buy the most. 2, we'd have to get in the store before you to get stuff.
Me.
I'd be like, okay, meet me here at 2:00, and then I'd be like, go at 1:30. So I'm loading up.
I like you were like, I'd be loading off, and you're like this, loading off. I'm like, oh. Now that's a threesome, but should be filmed.
That's it.
It would be cool. Especially considering I can imagine if you recorded footage of that, it'd be better than probably what's that? What's Brendan Mitchell's movie? Out and About Las Vegas is probably just as fun as that.
That's gonna be hard though. But But yeah, no.
Boomers are the biggest thing you point out. Yeah, don't ever release David Sterling movies.
Come on,
You know, never.
David Sterling's not a bad guy.
I've taken better pose in my toilet than he's released.
I spoke to him like over Facebook, and
How's it doing? Let's do the voice, ready? How's it doing, Aaron? I'm gonna go like this, and he's got that big mullet, and he ain't gonna watch this, so don't worry.
I like this. What are they called? Like that set, like the slasher. Yes, like they're weird. They get weird. They get so freaking weird after a while. But
you like those ape ones? Empire of the Apes.
I haven't never watched. I just. It seems
quite
like
a few of the television titles. Quite a few of the television titles have David Sterling on the extras. You know, archive extras.
In Amityville Vegas.
I'm just going to say how I see it. You know, David Sterling stuff now. Ugh. David Sterling stuff with things like Highway Hell, because he produced that.
Yeah,
really good.
It depends.
Because they kept it in the producing before they did all the really crappy movies.
Oh, they put up Killing Time?
Yeah.
They got some decent releases here.
Amityville Turkey Day.
And they got some other releases. as soon as I say that, Amityville Turkey Day comes out. Like,
Easter Sunday, Mountain Devil. I'll tell you what people need. Meat Hook Massacre.
Did you see that? Have you seen that?
No, no, I won't.
I've seen
it. See, that shut you down, didn't it?
Yeah, I've seen it.
I've seen Die Delta Pie. It was awful.
It's not awful. I like Die Delta Pie.
It is. Look at the filming quality. Awful.
It's a shot of it. I'm sorry. You've got a television.
There's cinema, and then there's not cinema, and this isn't cinema.
Television puts out a lot of this stuff. Actually, this will be a good one for television.
Television, I'm sorry, but as somebody who owns 20% in television because of my subscription,
hey, and
I can tell you now that we produce some of the best movies out there on disc.
Then you should put it Die Delta Pie. It's fun, cheesy slasher stuff.
Burn it. Burn it. Oh, Shark House is the one starring Paul Duda.
Like, what's that U.S. Senator girl? Like the crazy one.
Hey, MOD.
Marjorie something. She looks Marjorie. You know what I'm talking about. Like, she's...
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
She looks like her. Look, just look.
What I can see from looking at that picture, but there's no... Look at that Pulp Fiction cover that was stolen.
It's... What do you mean? That you don't know? That could be better than Pulp Fiction.
I agree with you, Warlock. Bad fans are fun, but not all of them.
Yeah, that's true.
Not all of them.
You got to be the right
single one.
Like, here's the thing. It's got to be a fun bad movie, because there's a difference between a fun bad movie and a bad movie that's boring. There's nothing worse than a boring film. Because it doesn't matter how...
I'm quite upset. I'm quite offended by that. Cinematheque television trick collectors by putting some crap films on the limit still cover. Well, you know what? Don't put down my company. All right, that's my company. I'm part of that now, so respect it. Oh. It'd be funny, wouldn't it, if Brad or that pops in and we're like, what's he talking about? Having saying he's got shares in this company.
Yeah. Crazy to crazy. That sounds like such a fantastic
time to make. Excuse me, guys. I've just got a bid on this movie.
Are you serious?
Seriously, I'm bidding on a movie. A Hong Kong movie. I'm bidding on it right now. I'll be able to tell everybody straight away.
He's bidding on a David Sterling movie, guys. Don't let him fool you.
No, it's not David Sterling. I'll never bid on that. To be fair, I did bid on the Camp Bloods, and I missed out on them. This was a couple of months ago when you said you wanted to, talk about them and do them.
Yeah. I still want to do that. Actually, I don't have myself. I only got the first three. That's why I said we do the first three. Hey,
hello, Mike. It's Big Mike. All right, I've got 4 seconds left, guys.
Let's see if he wins. It's here, guys. Suspense, action, excitement. You never know. watch House Squatch.
Oh, no, it's doing it. It's doing it. Who's going to win? Have I won? Let's have a look. I did. I won it for £8.50.
That's a good price.
Ta-da!
Congratulations, you won.
Nice. I've got the VCD of this movie that I bought, so I can give that to Alex now.
Actually, I don't mind Saturn. I like a lot of Saturn Score stuff, to be honest with you.
Saturn Score stuff is classic. Don't ever, you know what surprised me was Saturn Score's released the mum and pop store one.
I think
I was shocked by that because I thought it was going to be ETR.
I think because Saturn Score is releasing it actually might be better, to be honest with you. But no shade on ETR. Well, maybe it's a little shade because I'm being honest there.
I'll say this quickly. Dove said yes. Says Mel, does that Hong Kong DVD come with some bonus DNA? Yes, back DNA.
Saturn's Core. I got the first release, and I didn't buy much else afterwards, which was literally just because we're moving. Was the reason behind it. So I wasn't buying a lot at that point. Like there's a point where I'm like, okay, I'm going to a place where there's no English, right? Like books or anything like that. So I just started buying omnibuses and like graphic novels because I wanted like have stuff to read. And I just went all in, as Malcolm knows. And did a whole ton of stuff like that. Now I'm just getting back into that stuff. So we're hoping, if we go to like, say we get to Paris, like 2 or 3 times a year, and of course get to Canada like once a year, twice a year, whatever. Then I can get releases then. But I'm going to save most of my buying stuff. I'm going to have Canada more for like visiting family, and Paris and London is more for like buying. So because it's called Cinema International now, right? So let's go international. Let's buy films from all over. More German media.
You should change the Cult of Cinema to Cult of Cinema International.
I did, but I didn't like who do it. I should when I do the new merch, I do stuff like that because I gotta do merch. Here's the thing: I gotta do merch for this, and I gotta do merch for the stuff that we're gonna do. For like the podcast.
And guys, if you want Cult of Cinema merch with my face on it, just let them know.
Oh, there's one dude here. He's not here anymore. I'm trying to definitely what about that.
I've said you should buy it. I know that.
Calter Cardona. There you know.
So, let me ask this quickly. Yeah. Darth said yes. Would you buy underwear with my face on? No.
I am tempted on the Calter Cardona thing. So don't rule that at Cinematech. Right? Don't like Cardona. Like I can make some money off. I could do it. I don't like. Yeah, right on. No. Yeah, I am actually very familiar with what they did. I didn't think of it at
the time. I want some underwear, both for your faces, one for each cheek. I'd never get laid again if I wore those. Yeah, but you think about it. You can pull the thing to the side, and out comes the thing for pissing. Like a tongue.
Yeah, like, but then again,
everybody wants Aaron and Malcolm merchandise on your Cult of Cinema store.
Cost them a bed sheets. Yeah, that's us land. Like
my face would get you laid. What are you on about? This is the handsome one.
Because it'd be like this. See, say, look, this is way better. You walked into it, man. You literally walked into it.
Man.
We got. I don't like the Bailey match. I'm excited about. So that there's that.
Yeah, you're hyped for that. You've been hyped for that for weeks, haven't you? Because you've been gutted, but they haven't pushed it more, like probably more main.
I really think, yeah, because Bailey's amazing, and that's the Io Sky Bailey match was well put up, done, and then they just like, okay, yeah, we're just gonna put this aside, and then the Becky and like, I went on Bleacher Report, and they gave the Becky Rhea Ripley match an A-, and I'm like, in what universe was that match an A-? Was that what universe? Yeah, at the most, that's a gem.
I saw the entrance, and I was like, wow. Rhea Ripley looks really white and cold here, and then I realized it wasn't her; it was somebody else. It was the singer.
Yeah, that was horrible. Like, yeah, because the singers coming out always works out super wrestling events.
The best one I've ever seen is the Metallica when they were doing, the game and that. I love that.
Oh yeah, it's time to play the game.
How about body pillows with your faces? Only 69 each.
Oh,
How
that-
about this, guys?
What's that called?
How
There's
about
like a
free?
Japanese name.
Go on.
No, what's that Japanese name for those body pillows that people have like
Oh God.
Right?
I can't remember.
like those
I've
Wii
never
U?
had one, so I can't remember.
Like Wii U or something like that. No, yeah, but we're
Yeah,
geeks. so we
something
know.
like that. I think we should get real sex dolls made of us both,
Oh,
right? And Pill could buy them. And since we've got a massive male following, if you buy one and you
When you say
send us a tribute video of you with them, right? I'll send you an 8x10 signed picture of myself all hunky.
I can tell
Call it cinema toilet paper. That's
that
nice,
there's a
isn't it?
guy on here earlier that would have bought the hell out of that. There's a guy, Keurig, you missed that. It's hilarious. This person came on, it's a troll thing, and they kept like making new names, like coming in, like getting in one thing to the end of it, where they were like, they made a name and then they responded to themselves. And I'm like, oh.
You love those people, don't you? You gotta love them because it shows you got multiple personality disorder.
Well, it is, it is what it is. I think that's when you know you're doing okay. So it's at least one person hates you, doing okay.
Hey, I always tell Bill, if Bill hate you, it means you're being successful in some way or another.
There you go. That's true. Called a porcelain. Just some porcelain things. Do you like what was? Oh shoot! Was it my best friend's mom? Used to get these like plates and stuff. Come from like God, what's the company, guys? Puts out all these collector plates. Is it Franklin Mint or something like that? So he put a ton of these like collector plates. That's what we need to do. Call the cinema collector plates. Different editions. Malcolm
With different pictures of your face in the middle.
Malcolm with way too many movies. Like
Actually,
all these movies with like just Malcolm's.
Cult of cinema trading cards.
Do you know I almost made a trading card game? I was working for a comic book company.
How about my farts? Does anyone want to buy my farts?
I wasn't humble. No, I was working for a comic book company, and I was making like movies. Like, I was like writing movies for them, and they wanted a like kind of like the Pokemon thing was going on at the time, so they wanted kind of a horror card, the Bradford Exchange. That's what it was. Thank you. They wanted to do a horror card game, so I made this whole game, and it took me freaking weeks, right? Like I did the research, I made the cards, I thought of like, okay, this is what the rules are going to be. And because I want to make it different. And once I was done, they were like, oh yeah, we decided we're going to do something different now. Like, are you serious? Are you fucking like, luckily I charged them for my time though. Got some a board game.
I like that actually, the Cult of Cinema board game. That'd be quite cool.
I would think a Cult
of Malcolm comic books.
A Cult of Cinema Ouija board. There you go.
Ooh. I actually like that, actually. Could you imagine the adventures we could get up to in comic books? That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, we'd be like the Jay and Silent Bob, except neither of us shut up. It's true.
It is true.
The
cosmic adventures of Alan and Malcolm.
With less.
Well, this is fun. All these ideas.
There you go. That's the thing. This is what I need because I haven't had my merch store updated in ages. The biggest disappointment in my merch store. You want to know what it is? I did a Jess Franco t-shirt. Nobody about it. Nobody. Not one person bought the Jess Franco shirt. And I was like, that's what people are going to go for. That's going to be the big one, right? Because that you never know, man. What you're going to go for.
I'm telling you, what you need to do, the new merchandise, you need to put both of us on it somehow, right? Sell.
Well, when we do the certain thing we're doing podcast, and we're doing some stuff there, we is doing merchandise, and we are both being on that. What about a Cardona shirt? Don't rule that out. because I have some ideas. And that's the thing is like we're trying to get a podcast together, trying to get the page and all this type of thing. The thing is, where I have been doing this for a bit, I do have ideas for us when it comes to what shirt has sold the most. The Cult of Cinema. I'll show you actually if it's still available down there. Do I still have that page? Hold on. Because I used to work with Teesprings, and I'm not quite sure. So Teespring. See if I can find it. No. Is it even there anymore?
I paid for that, actually. I forgot to pay. Pay now.
I swear to God. All my freaking stuff is like, it's videos and stuff like that. Because I'll tell you the shirt that it is, just to let you guys know, to give you like a YouTube like perspective of it. Ryan from Disconnected has the shirt. So
Really?
yeah, Ryan was one of the very first people to buy it from the one called Cinema Store. And it's the Cult of Cinema shirt with like it's kind of like a cartoonized, and it's got like the movies, kind of like Cult Cinema Library in the background. And I think I'm like standing like kind of in front
Very
of the thing.
nice.
So it's yeah, it was pretty good. It was a good seller. Like it sold like really solid for a while. But I didn't update my store enough. So the reason things didn't keep selling and stuff was all on me. It wasn't like on anybody else or anything like that. It was just like my laziness. But to be fair, like I started up around the time that we decided we're going to move. So a whole bunch of stuff came in the way.
Oh, that's probably why then.
But yeah, like as you can see in the background right now, you can see a little bit of like a Cult of Cinema, one of my new logos that is going to be for a new T-shirt and a new cup and stuff. Mug sold.
Kubrick's got all the ideas today, Warlock.
Cult of Cinema electric guitar. Well,
Go.
Kubrick does actually play guitar. So
Hey, big on, actually. Imagine that. The Cult of Cinema guitar.
for guitar picks, right?
Mm.
But you got to go to the right place.
We were in HMV earlier, and Donna was looking at badges, right?
Oh,
and there was one with a shape that was like this, which looked like a big, like
yeah.
Boom. And I said to her, "You should buy it and you should wear it." She was like, "No."
Is it weird that there are people walking around in public with shirts that have your face on it? At first, yes. I'm not here's the thing. I'm not a person that, unless I'm doing it for a YouTube video, I'm not going back very often to watch my own stuff. I'm hypercritical of me. So anytime I go back and look at anything of mine, Malcolm will know this because he knows me well. I'm always like looking at not what I did right, everything that I think. Yeah, and I think a lot of people are like that. So
I don't watch my videos either.
It is. I mean, it gets. Some people think, I guess you're watching. Like, no, I mean, like it's literally the last thing you think about doing. You're like, oh, I'm gonna watch. I'll watch, and I'll watch other people's videos. Hind, for instance, she's my better. She loves me. Is she gonna watch a lot of my videos? Hell no. She gets to hear my like geeky crap in real life.
Yeah, she's like, oh, I've part with him now. I mean, Donna never watches my videos.
Like there's a couple that she watched, like where she was like, okay, no, this is legit. This is what I want to see you do more of. That's what she's like.
Yeah.
But that being said, she is someone that will say, if I mess up, there's none of this. She's not like, oh, by the way, no, she's not. No, that wasn't good.
Oh, I've heard her in the background at times when she talks about it.
Yeah, and I appreciate that actually. That's someone live studio audience. That's one of the great things that I love is that about doing live is how you get so many like, with what you're doing is what's working and what's not working, because you find out right there, and that is so amazing.
I can answer that for you on this channel. My favorite videos on this channel are the ones with me in, and the ones that I don't like are the ones without me in. So
I got to ask you a question. Because how did you find the channel?
who, me?
Yeah.
Well, I found it a while ago, obviously. Okay, I think I searched up something, and I think it's probably everything, like vinegar syndrome, all that stuff. And I found you, I found Jose. I mean, I knew Jose anyway from Brendan's videos, but I found him in his actual channel before he made the new one, the Chaos TV one, before he switched over to.
Did you know?
The Master Chaos
I did not like. Although I know Jose, I did not put the 2 and 2 together.
Yeah, they're
I
not
think
completely different once he puts those masks on.
I think he's better on his own with his own. I think he's like when he did his own channel, and just because his personality gets to come through a lot.
Yeah,
you know. And Jose's a funny guy.
I think this is going to sound really controversial, especially to Jose if he sees this. And this is not a knock or anything to anybody he does videos with or anything. It's not that, you know. For me, I think Jose is a lot more chill and a lot more easy to watch when he does the videos himself on his own. When he's with other people, he's funny, and don't get me wrong, and they're funny videos. But I think sometimes they're overpacked, and sometimes I think it's harder to say that. But that's not a diss, that's just a personal opinion.
I love, and I will say this right now, the videos he does with his wife are
they're lovely. Don't get me wrong. The ones that he does with his wife, the ones he does with his kids, I love those videos because it's you see the family man, but he is, you know.
Yeah.
I love that. And I think it's great when he does these videos that he does with other people. I just don't think you see as much of his personality and his self when he's with other people. Do you get what I mean? So much. But
speaking
that's
of
not this by any means.
Mash, new Master Chaos movie out there. Check it out.
It's available at the minute, and it's on video on demand.
I think so. I think it's actually so. It's
he said it weren't coming out on. He said it weren't coming out on DVD, which is a game.
Yeah, I know because I missed because I wanted Exorcist because that's that's my favorite.
I was hoping Jose would give you a link to Monster Mash and give me one.
Jose's
that's what I was hoping, so I could watch it without having to pay for it.
I spoke to him. He's been pretty busy as lately, and
that's good. He's got stuff going on, hasn't he?
He's like it's good. Like there's certain channels that I'll champion on here for reasons, and he's one of them.
I was talking something the other day about Jose, and I was saying, since I've watched Jose from the beginning with some of his movies, like The Haunting of Wiley House or whatever. I always say the name wrong. I think it's because I read it, and Blood Brothers and that. I will say, I think the difference between people like Jose and a lot of other people who do, the lower budget movies.
Yeah.
Is I think with Jose, he gets better. His stuff has more going on to it, has actual actors in it. You do want to see, you see him actually acting. As I think in a lot of the lower people, but people will confuse people like Jose with
academics,
because because they're working with Asylum and stuff. I think people like I'll give you an example. Easily. Sean C. Phillips, he gets Eric Roberts, he gets all this in his movies, but they're not movies. They're trash, right? You can tell there's no effort put in it. There's no care in the world. When you watch Jose's movies, you might not like them in the sense that they haven't got these effects or they haven't got those effects. But I will say this about Jose. I do respect him as a director of this kind of cinema because he does try and he does succeed in, I would say, at least 95% of the time with what he's trying to do with it. And because I think the other 5% is just he hasn't got the budget's not there.
Because the difference between Jose and a lot of people that are doing this stuff is there's a lot of people that do this stuff and doing it just for the money aspect of it. Yeah. And it's obvious if you've seen any of Jose's stuff that he does it because he loves it and he's got a passion for it.
Yeah.
And that's a massive difference. One of these days, you're gonna be like talking crap about Brendan, and he's gonna like Rashansi Phillips gonna
Okay.
basically gonna come in your door, like put you up on camera.
Oh, hell, if they ever get in, if they're ever here, I'll say to their face, I don't care.
You would. That's true.
You know, like I said, I have respect for Jose. I really do. And I think I think he's got a lot going for him, and I do hope I do hope he gets more success. I'd love to see him be able to do a, like a big proper budgeted film. Like real kind of budget, like not like a lower budget, but kind of like a medium budget. Because I'd love to see what he could do with that. Because I really feel like he could.
I think that because of the stuff that's been coming out a lot more recently, that's just, it's much more possible to get there. I think the only thing that makes it harder is streaming has killed it for a lot of the indie films. People think that it hasn't. So you need a lot more content for streaming. No, because with streaming, they're picking like higher budget people to do content, like the Martin Scorsese's and stuff like that, right? Yeah. And back in the days of before streaming, when it was VHS and DVD, then it was like shot on video. Those shot on video stuff, you needed stuff to go into your video stores, and it wasn't like they were, like hitting up Martin Scorsese. Hey, can you make me an extra movie to go into my video store? No, they were going to actual like Trauma and like lower budget people that were making like kind of like doing films because they loved them, films because they had a camera. And we got to see a lot of really kind of cool. This is where television shot and video stuff is coming from. We're getting that aspect, that era, and it's that era that I would love to see find its way back around again. People say, well, streaming is going to kill everything, man. No, it's just changing the way it's going to go. Physical media is going to go the way.
Let's put it this way. Streaming is like the prostitute on the street. All right, walking down the road, you see her every day, and you take it for granted that she's always going to be there. Eventually, she gets killed and thrown in the gutter.
I knew you were going to say it.
And that's exactly what streaming is when it comes to movies. You put on the movie, you watch it, you think it's always going to be there, it's gone. And it's the same thing.
Well, that's the thing. And nothing, like I was like, oh man, Disney Plus, they're going to have everything. I'm going to watch like Fillmore, and I'm going to watch Weekenders. You know what's not on Disney Plus to this very day? Fillmore, The Weekenders.
I hate these companies. I really do. I feel like, sorry to cut you off there.
Oh, no, it's okay.
I think my biggest problem with streaming is that I'm not against streaming. I'm not against any of it. Not really. I hate streaming for one reason only. Nearly every movie I want to watch is never on any of them. And if it is, it's one movie out of 100. Why would I buy so much cinema if I could watch it easily for practically free if I'm watching loads of movies? It's ridiculous.
Good point right there. Physical releases, Eddie, you rewatch older releases from newly discovered talent. Reduces the visibility. It truly does. The only way that I'm streaming wise, and I'll be honest with you, is gaming. I think that it works a lot more for gaming.
Yeah, it does. I think gaming needs to be streamed
because the independent companies can get more noticed when it comes to gaming. But as opposed to like with the Game Pass, for instance, which is still the best thing for gaming, whether you're Xbox or PlayStation, I'm sorry, Game Pass is still the best one. And I don't have Game Pass right now. I got like PlayStation, and it costs way too much, and I don't get enough.
He did make Amityville Town with that hack of an actress. You're right.
I gotta watch that one. Is it that bad?
Yes, it's awful. It's absolutely disgusting. Absolutely tedious.
Because that title is amazing. You got to admit that title's fucking awesome.
It's amazing, but it doesn't actually have anything going on in it.
That bugs me because that's a waste of a good title.
One day, I think you're right. One day, what's going to happen is these videos are going to be shared constantly, and I'm going to be putting like the local podcast with Chelsea Phillips, and they're going to be like, "Oh, who's fighting who?" It's going to be like, "God, go find a Willow TV show now. It's gone." Okay. Streaming, no physical releases. It's now lost to people to watch. Well, it's going to come out. It's going to come out on 4K eventually because they're releasing them all now.
I don't know, man.
It will. It will.
I think it's pushing a lot of people towards the place where I don't want them to push towards, which is like the bootleg stuff. Like you're stuck. There's some places like nowadays, you're like, oh man, if I want to get something, like you're stuck. The only way to get it is bootleg. Some releases just
Yeah.
don't come out.
I refuse to buy bootlegs anymore.
Yeah.
Well, actually,
never,
that's a lie. Because I bought 200 pirated discs the other day, but
yeah.
of main shows. Of main
I
shows, you know, of actual cinema, I don't mind, but
bought Fantastic Four once on VHS. I'm bootleg on that. Well, you know, there's no way to get it. You know, the old Fantastic Four, the Roger Corman one.
yeah.
Because but I love now that there's stuff that I bought. Like I remember getting an old bootleg in the day of the Doctor Strange VHS, like TV movie, and now I bought it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm Blu-ray nonetheless, which blows my friggin' mind. Oh my God, is it real? I gotta look that up. I'm not surprised. I would not be surprised.
No, not the new one. Please tell me it's not true.
I don't see it here, but that doesn't mean it's not happening. It's not on IMDb yet.
I'm surprised because normally they're on IMDb 6 years before nowadays when it comes to things like that. Oh.
But I would not be surprised to see any of that stuff come out.
Amityville Barbie would be hilarious, where Ken is the Amityville house, like spirit, and she goes in there with her friends, and he's like haunting them, and she goes, "Oh, Ken," and he's like,
It would do the hell out of That's called Anvil doll, like girl doll or something like that.
Exactly. I've said this for ages, Cinematech. If you're getting other people to pay for your films and not a studio, they're not real films. Unless there are circumstances that are different. Because I've seen it. But when they're like Sean C. Phillips movies and they suck and he barely does anything, nah, not real films.
You can tell a lot when it's like, well, I believe in crowdfunding, but I do think that once that's funded, it's on you to like do that work.
Yeah.
One, here. Malcolm knows me. I'm super like everything like has to be like done. Like when we do podcasts, I call sheets and all this, sheets and all this stuff. If I was going to make a movie and I had to do like crowdfunding stuff, you would bet the hell there would be like at least probably a year of me going through, okay, I'm going to need this much for this. I'm going to need this much for this. You know, you can't just say, okay, I'm going to do something. We're going to put it to DVD or Blu-ray. You have to know, okay, if something's being funded, all right, let's just say you're funding a release, and you want like to get like crowdfunding with it, then you have to know, okay, at what point, what's the cost point ratio that I can actually help fund my release, but still afford to put out like copies of said release to different people, and at which point. Which cost point do I have? Will it be a DVD copy? At which cost point am I able to offer a Blu-ray copy? If it's a viable
$50.
Yeah, as which cost point is it going to be a 4K copy? Because it's really going to matter because you got to look at who's doing it, the studio.
4K of his movies are suck.
Like what studios are doing it, like who's doing the remastering, where it's being done at, how it's being packaged, where it's being marketed. There's a whole ton of stuff to do. I'm a geek when it comes to this stuff.
Well, I'm going to just ask this right now, guys. If I did a crowdfund, May, for a Willie enlargement, would you give me anything for it?
For what?
For a Willie enlargement. Because, you know, it's a serious need. So
I don't want to do the crowdfunding for the, get the reduction done because
hey, get his reduction go on mine to get made bigger, huh? The movie.
It's very important. It's very important, like when to look into that stuff. You have to know the tiers and the reliability of what each tier is going to be at. Because you can't just say, okay, it'll be $50, it'll be $100. No, you got to like break that down, like what's actually viable.
All right, how about this, guys? I've got a question for you. Did anybody watch the Alex Labour movie?
The what?
Because Alex Labour, the movie, because he made the movie. It was like 2 hours long, and there's some really good shots in it. And for a film with people, I think that were mostly not actors, it was fairly decent. You know, I'm not gonna put it down. I thought it was fairly decent, but I do think it should have been cut down a bit and that. But I think when you make your first film, I think it's hard to sometimes not want to put everything in it because you're fairly new at it. You know what I mean?
I would
I
say
know Alex Labour is. Have you seen it, Kubrick?
if you were going to
Yeah,
make a
there you
movie,
go. See?
what would you make?
Me,
And
I think if I could make a movie, what with any budget,
no, what would say if you got like you don't have like a big budget, but you got a small medium budget? What would you do? What type? What would be the genre? What would be the type of film you go for?
bullets and champagne too. I would make it. I think I'd make like a Hallmark style movie with myself as the male lead. And I think what I'd do is I'd put some really hot woman in it, right? But then instead, I marry her sister, realise later it was a mistake after multiple erotic scenes, and then have an erotic moment with her and the sister at the same time. And yes, they're called Out and About the movies and the Night Owls short films. And then basically, then I'd realise that I didn't want either of them, but I wanted the cousin. Basically, I'd be like Jack Brannon in EastEnders.
And it wouldn't get finished because you'd be a dead man in your house. Donna would kill you.
Donna told me, I said, so if I became an actor, what would you be against? Should I be against you kissing or having intimate scenes in movies? I went, what was the way I look? You know, that's all they're going to want me to do.
I'll tell you one thing, and like, there's nothing intimate about doing like a kissing or a love scene. Like, did it take place like that? I can tell you, it's the least romantic. Like it's the worst scene.
You know what I always think? I always think it must be really horrible for a woman when she's having a scene, you know, like an erotic movie thing. And you know, the man has to, you know, when the man has to play like nipples and stuff. It must be really horrible if you don't like the person at all.
Oh, I mean, like, yeah, well, Ron Jeremy, for instance. So you got right there, Ron Jeremy.
That's not.
I mean, if I was going to make a film, and so like my question to me, I think documentaries really.
It'd be a horror, wouldn't it? Because you'd be a sellout. You'd make a horror movie.
Documentary really tempting for me. Like I could see myself being a documentarian.
All right, documentary makes sense.
But I would totally, if I was for a first film, for a budget, just to like to play around with it a bit. I'm going exploitation. It's gonna be horror. It's gonna be like there's gonna be nudity. I'm gonna, as artsy as I can be, with still being mainstream, I guess is the best way to do it. Nothing.
You know, if I was going to ask you a question properly, I think I'd want to do an action movie. Maybe a martial arts style movie.
Pew Pew the movie.
Yeah, Pew Pew. But it'd be kind of old style, like bam, bam, wham.
That's a great title, man.
Pew Pew the movie.
Pew Pew. And literally, you got people with guns, right? And there's not like gunshots or anything like that, but everybody, that's what they're doing through that scene. Pew 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 Pew.
It saves money. Pew Pew Pew. Love scenes are uncomfortable. I can tell you this right now, right? If you've had enough love scenes in real life, they all get uncomfortable after a while. A kung fu movie, something like kung fu, yeah, but probably longer than that, hopefully, and a lot cooler. I mean, that Kung Fury 1 was really cool, but I mean, I would love it to be cool. I probably won't be the lead in it because, people. I'd probably be the villain. Charlie Malcolm, yes, I love it.
No. What we'd have to do is this: Malcolm's Category 3 film for the whole family. Your Category 3 family film.
Malcolm stars as Kung Pao Chicken. I like it. Oh yeah, can you imagine that? Category 3 for the whole family. That'd be brilliant. I'd hire Anthony Wong. Because I'd want to meet the man and have him in my movie.
I'm good for these titles, guys.
Me and Donna were sitting down, and she said, "Oh, you're a big fan of Anthony Wong?" I said, "Yes, and I'd like it if I met him one day." He was a little bit upset, so I could go, "What's wrong, Wong?"
I thought you were gonna go a different way with the Wong story there. Just saying.
Oh,
But
okay. Kung Pao.
I love Kung Pao.
I keep trying to get Alex to do a movie with me. I keep trying to get him to do like a short film with me because he studied, didn't he? Film studies, and he did. He knows how to record on a good camera and everything. You know, he's a proper
But he's
camera guy. But
Alex is like Malcolm. I told you once. I told you a million times. We're not doing OnlyFans.
well, I keep trying to get him to, but he just won't do it. We'd get a lot of money that way, I reckon.
I've gotten offers for that sounds right. No, I got offers to actually want to like. Do you want to do movies? Or shoot, you want to do something? And I do. I just don't have time. But eventually, I would love to.
What do you mean
And
you don't have time?
I don't have time. I
How
literally
do you
don't.
not have time? You could do behind the scenes videos of you doing the film.
I got to get. I mean, it's got like one. It's something to do myself. Two, it's well. The good thing about that now is you can get your friggin' phone, and you guys like. There's no excuse not to try now. Now you can do like you got phones, you got iPads, you got MacBooks. You can do like proper edit, decent editing. Like what iMovie, you can go do some editing, man. You can go on like
if you've
20.
got an iPhone or an Apple Pod, yeah.
Yeah, then you're
You
well,
don't
yeah.
use it on anything else.
Most people nowadays,
I don't have an iPhone. I have a look at that. There's a picture of my wife on the phone.
Oh,
Yeah, there you go. That's an iPhone. Malcolm in Hung To Law, a crippling story. I like that. I like that. Oh.
I want to see. No, we're going to make. Me and Malcolm are going to make our religion film.
Here we go.
There you go.
Malcolm Charlemagne. I love that and all. That's brilliant. Yeah, we're gonna make one of those type of films.
Yeah, I'll be like I'll either be. Will you be the priest? You can be You can say
I could be the priest. I could pull that off.
Does that mean I got to be the?
Priest.
I'll be the person that's led astray, and you have to like lead me back to the flock.
What I would do is I'll be the guy that's standing at the altar, and there's a microphone there, and I'm talking on it, but the whole time you can hear noise from underneath.
I still think of what was that movie? Can I do it? Tony Glasses, I think. The bus scene. You remember the bus scene?
Yeah, I remember the bus scene.
If you don't,
remember? Do you remember the story quickly of the judge that had a sex toy, right? But he had under the desk when he was doing doing his judge thing, and it was like, right, and
seriously?
he was doing the cases. Yeah, seriously, doing the cases, and it malfunctioned one time, and he got caught, and it was like the most disturbing thing I'd ever heard. Imagine somebody's telling you about horrible acts someone's did, and the guy's sitting there like this. Ooh. And you're thinking, oh, it's because he's old, and it's not. It's because he's getting off.
I mean, yeah, they got those robes, man. So, what's going on? What goes on beneath the robes?
Exactly. Now we know.
That is messed up. That's like a Law and Order SVU episode, man.
It should be, actually. I'm surprised they haven't made one that way.
Well, I think that's just like it seems like a little bit too far-fetched for Law and Order.
This discussion is bordering on Patreon.
That's going
to be it. That's going to be it. Kung Fu Fists and Malcolm.
Luckily, we've stayed on the razor's edge. I said yes. I haven't had ending yet, but I'm going to end it soon because my damn computer is at 50%.
So if Alan's computer never died down and never had any of the thing, we'd be on there for 24 hours.
Well, you have to understand some of these times, like one of these times I'm going to do I'm going to do a big Patreon, or a big donation stream type thing. And I'm going to do like a big 24-hour stream.
Oh.
Yep. Which I think will be a lot of fun. You just watch me get like, nope. I'm like, okay, well,
24-hour stream for donations.
it'll be amazing. It'll be incredible. Well, it'll do it like I'll do one of those things. Get donation on the hour at the hour, the rolls over to the next hour, rolls over to the next hour type thing. I've been wanting to do it for a while, and I'm thinking like kind of a movie watching one, like just kind of like a movie marathon thing, like movie. Yeah,
Hold
that'll
on.
be.
When you say donation and it rolls on to the next hour, do you mean like it's only going for as long as there's a donation every hour?
I think it's the best way to do it for something like that, because that
What
way
if
you
you
can.
get no donation?
That's the
It ends
shortest,
in an hour?
it's the shortest marathon of all time.
Oh dear.
You can get an hour. Like, you want to watch the end of this movie, guys? Want to see this movie ends? It's like,
Yes, I purposely put on an hour and a half movie so you had to pay to see the rest.
yeah, like that. Oh, look, by the way, the movie gets really good at this.
I do agree with that. Advertise and promote. That's the one thing I think. That's the one thing I think we need to do more of. We need to schedule more.
We
if we
do
can.
100%. Like that is one of my big. I used to do my scheduling really. Warlock knows. I used to do my scheduling really well, and I don't do scheduling as well as I used to. I used to have like when I did a Patreon video, like people knew 2 weeks ahead of time before the Patreon video was coming
Yeah.
out. When I did a Vinegar Syndrome video, and Malcolm probably watched, then I you knew a couple weeks ahead of time when that Vinegar Syndrome video was coming up, because I was like, but I gotten slack on that type of stuff. I've gotten like better in other ways, but I got slacked on some of that stuff.
All right, let me ask you this. You asked me earlier how I found your channel. Did you find mine?
Through you. That's true. Because the same way I find a lot of channels, because 9 times out of 10, like the truth of the matter is when I go on YouTube, nowadays, unless I get like some free time, then whatever my better half's watching is what I'm watching.
Yeah, true.
Because like I'm like when I have time, like free to myself time, then I'm either doing this, preparing for doing this, doing up some stuff for doing this, or on
Right,
the
because
very
it's
rare time, yeah, or a very rare time, then I got my kitty cats and like I watched for the first time in a while, like put a Blu-ray into my player and sat down and watched it rather than like just and it was felt so nice. I mean, I was talking to Malcolm, I was talking to George, I was watching Zipperface, and then the next day I sat down, I watched Pin, which is one of my favorites, and hadn't seen it in years. See, I haven't done that. Like, you have to credit me. Like I although I do Patreon, I do a lot of Patreon stuff. I have never cut down on my YouTube videos. Some people think that I've had people tell me that that's a mistake. That I should cut down my YouTube videos.
I don't think so. I don't think
But
it's a mistake. I
I've
think the mistake is, don't get me wrong, people would probably want to see more if you had more on Patreon and less on there. Don't get me wrong, if they like right and enjoy your content. But at the same time, it makes you look more of a money person in the sense of, oh, you know what? I want your money. You have to watch Patreon, otherwise you don't see me at all. And
give
to
me
me,
all the
that's cold.
money. Give me all the money.
You know, exactly. To me, that's cold. To me, that doesn't keep a community. It doesn't keep a relationship going with people. Maybe even building more people.
Well, that's the thing. Like my channel has been, and literally is what it is. It's a community. Now that being said, I do have like I got over 160 things on Patreon. But I've never done Patreon I've never done my YouTube channel at the expense of my Patreon. Never done my Patreon at the expense of my YouTube channel. I always make sure there's stuff there.
You
when
know,
it comes
people.
to,
I actually pay for everyone's Patreon. You know
it's been
that.
for a while.
I actually pay for it, which I'm going to cancel soon.
Bastard.
Because I feel like as somebody who's on most of the videos, I shouldn't be paying anyway.
That's true. But like
no, in all seriousness, though, what I'm trying to say is, if I'm paying for it as well, not a lot, but if I'm paying for it, then I don't think it's a problem for others to, if they want to. That is.
That's the thing, and like I'm lucky enough that I've had some nice people come on Patreon. Like a lot of creators that create stuff are part of my Patreon, and I'm very proud of that. Brian from Just a Disc is a patron, has been for quite a while, and it's really it's nice because it keeps the I'm doing these lives because of Patreon. Like to be honest with you
Yeah.
guys, if I didn't have a Patreon, I wouldn't be able to do these lives as much as I do. I wouldn't be able to do like 2 or 3 hour lives because StreamYard costs, and it costs a lot, especially for the streamer that I pay.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys here, right? If Aaron didn't have the Patreon people, he'd have to sell the rights to Cult of Cinema to me every month because I'd have to pay for the StreamYard, right? And then I'd be like, okay, we're gonna go in this direction.
Not be a thing going.
What these big bozonkers behind the screen, and and
Does anybody
in all
miss?
seriousness, though,
Yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. You go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, this Rams. Does anybody miss the fact that you said the Russ Meyer set like literally in almost every video in the background? What's the North Sydney?
I was actually surprised by your poll, but not a lot of people picked it.
I'm shocked, actually. I'll show you guys the poll in a second. What were you gonna say though? I interrupted you.
I was going to say, in the background, right, boom, 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 boom. I'd have bouncing videos of like boobs going up and down. I'd have people, and I'd be starting the videos, and I'd be like, "Oh, let me welcome," and it'd be like, "Let's get ready to rumble with Aaron Payne," and all this.
I asked my better officer, "Do I need like to have a female presence on my channel?" And she said, "No." I said, "I don't think the type of videos that you do, you do need like." But I was thinking like because some people have like the girl like do we like need to have like female
It's
presence?
easy, isn't it? I tell you what, right, guys, I'll buy a wig, I'll chop my beard off, and I'll sit up like, "Oh, hello, Aaron. It's nice to meet you. You can call me, I don't know, Anna." And listen, I'll just sit here and go, and all this, and I'll do it. I'll do that. I don't mind. I can do it. The concubines of Malcolm. God, do I wish I had concubines.
Okay, let's see if we can bring it. I'm bringing up the my Patreon thing here. I'll show you guys. All right, so let's go here. Recent posts. Me looking geeky. Headhunter.
Oh,
American War for London. Okay, the franchise poll. Here we go. So the franchise poll, I was very impressed with. It's now tied 25% each between Children of the Corn and Phantasm. That's literally going to be. I may do both, or I
I
may
was
just.
hoping it'd be Hellraiser. I put Hellraiser.
I had Hellraiser there. Like Hellraiser had shit like Witchcraft was there. I expect more people to pick that one. I really am surprised.
Nobody picked.
But nobody chose that one. I included Hard to Die, the third. But this is the one that surprised me. This is the one that shocked the hell out of me. So, like, I'm doing I did a top 10 box set on my Patreon, and I get my Patreon members. I said, okay, here you go. Here's a poll. Vote on what you want to see me do, like a more deep dive in a box set. I want to do. It's tied right now for Alfred Hitchcock Masterpiece Collection and the Friday the 13th collection. I am shocked.
Hold on. I want to see something. I want to see if something moves if I click on it. Hold on. Let's see. Does it move? No, it doesn't change.
No, but if you already voted.
Yeah.
But like I did this the top 10 important box sets on here. I don't do early access things too. This was fun. This was really fun.
That was fun. It was shockingly fun.
And that's
there's your video. That video was great. That I love how you do that turn. Like, oh, hello. That was great.
Yeah, it's like.
What I know is, why do your videos always have like a freeze frame with you in the most weirdest positions with your face?
It's random. It really is. But it's fun because I get to do I like to do the behind the scenes things I'm starting to do now. Like for some videos, I'll put my iPhone up there and I'll just start going live and I'll do like little behind the scenes. Before I start a video, when I did the
I think they work.
The Steelbook, the Acknowledge Me thing. Remember that one? And I was doing like
I said you should have said it was a joke. If you hadn't said that was a joke, that'd been brilliant.
Well,
because people shouldn't take that seriously.
see, people don't know what you do know, because we talked about it, is initially I planned for that to be like a whole long thing, to literally go from, like, because I'm known for being one. I'm really like, people. I get, oh, you're too nice on movies and stuff like that. You're too nice of a person, which is so not true. Not that nice, but nice, not that nice. But I was gonna like get all heel ish when it came to stuff. I was gonna slowly get a bit get a bit darker and get a bit more I get a bit rougher with certain things. I was gonna go on people's channels, like just flip out a
Obviously.
bit. Like I had it planned out, and I was worried that people wouldn't get the joke, and that by the time I revealed it, I would do like damage to the channel. But I told Malcolm all about
See, what people don't realize is I'm already in my heel arc.
it. That's true.
But no, in all seriousness, most people won't get what that's what people are like nowadays. They take everything too seriously.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, like, and I like to do the get outraged, like not outraged, like full outrage type thing, but stuff that really bugs me, like, that's right, you suck. Yeah.
That's nice.
I'll be on like Kubrick's channel where he's doing like the guitar like thing, and I just like dissing his guitar, stuff like that. But you would have known, because
Hey,
I lived.
Pizza.
you can do in a bit.
Are you going to be done soon then?
I'm going to probably be a while.
Okay, I'll make myself a pizza and then I'll make you one when you're done.
Come here.
Why?
So I can show you off.
No.
Come on, look. Everybody's looking at you live.
Hi.
Hey,
Okay.
Hey, don't run away. You didn't give me a kiss. Mwah.
Okay.
Right, there you go.
that's nice. The lovely Donna, folks.
Yep, my lovely wife. I love to see some of that Canadian aggression.
I love the fact that what kills me is and I super love this. The Canadian playtime is over. Is that it's true. It's a Canadian, like, it's a stereotype with Canada. It's like that we're super nice, and we're always saying I'm sorry and stuff like that. But I'm sorry.
Every Canadian I've met has been a piece of scum.
That's it. We're literally
Except for Glenn, the most sweetest and kindest man I've ever met.
he's a sweetheart. My dad's a sweetheart. I gotta say,
I was like, how
My mom,
dare you talk that way and not say I'm great?
you've never met like my mom yet, unfortunately. But
I've met your mum.
Yeah.
I met her when you were in thing, because she said hi and she got all giggly.
Oh yeah,
I remember she said you talk about me all the time.
she's sweet. My mom's a sweetheart.
I met your sister.
Oh yeah. Ray. You met one of my sisters. I got two sisters.
Yeah.
You met Ray. You've never met Melissa. My oot in a boat. I got one of these days. I got to start saying that, like, just to see if anybody. It's I'm trying to think of, like, there's an area in, like, I think in Ontario, where you hear that sometimes, that oot in a boot thing.
Donna used to say it all the time.
Yeah, I'm like secretly when I'm not on here. When I'm not on here, guys, I've got my back bacon and I'm chugging some maple syrup. I'm wearing a toque already. Watching like massive hockey. Well, I did watch a lot of hockey. That's good. That's
The reason Aaron's got a beard. The reason Aaron's got a beard is to hide the Carl kind of thing off of South Park, where there's no actual bit in. It just goes.
Yeah, it's just like I spy. I spy the build spot. I spy sales. Or yeah,
You spy, you spy. We all spy.
Oh, I spy is like it's a part of a song, like a Newfoundland song. It's like when they say "Long may your line," what's "Long may your what's it? Your long may your jib." Something I can't remember. Bad Newfoundlander. Can't remember saying. That was a "Long may your long jib draw" or something like that. It's a kind of like an old like sailor saying. Like people don't know. Yeah, here I'm from a fishing community. Like I'm not from a city. I'm not from like a big community. I'm from a fishing. I grew up in a fishing village.
So did you ever
And
jump in the water and catch a fish with your mouth then? Because that's the type of thing I like to see when I'm in fishing communities.
I caught. We would go on runs on Caitlin runs, and we'd get like these big buckets, these big 5-gallon buckets.
Was this you and your grandpa?
Yep. And so the fish would be so plentiful. The Caitlin would be coming in. So you would go out and you'd run, and as the waves coming in, you'd run out and you'd scoop, and you get like full buckets of
So
Caitlin.
basically, it was a bit like the hand version of what's that called, Deadliest Catch, but you did it with a bucket.
Yeah, I like with a lot of fishing stuff, and then we'd take it, and my pop would make these things for drying them out on. I hate the smell of like Caitlin. I love doing the catch thing, but I hate the smell, I hate the taste of it. But he'd like dry them out, like salt them, dry them out. And we'd go sometimes, we just take our fishing rods and like go fishing. And yeah, I grew up with that, a lot of that stuff. Christmas trees, we didn't have a fake one. We went in the woods every year. We cut down a Christmas tree. I mean, my
Yeah,
pop
I've
did.
never had a real one. I think because of England.
It's so great. I mean, it's like you go in and you can smell like the forest, and it's cold. And you take, we took like drinks with us. So we'd have like this kind of it's sort of like
Okay, yeah.
a hot
Yeah.
cocoa mix. Hey, sweetie, come on. So we'd go in there and we'd go for a bit, and we'd sit down, we'd start a fire, and we'd mix the hot cocoa, and then we pick our tree and we drink hot cocoa, and we take because the type of trees they had like this gum like that behind the trees. So I take my knife, and we would cut like little pieces of gum off the tree that we'd like chew, which
Sounds
I
nice.
it was like I gotta say, like my child doesn't like my better half. It blows my better half's mind sometimes because I'm so like citified, I guess. It's one of my cats, my youngest. Her name is Pixie Oreo.
Well, when I was a kid, I had a similar experience. We went out at 12 o'clock at night, midnight.
Yeah.
Warmed up. My dad pulled up in this really dodgy place, and these people opened all these containers of fake clothing and fake shoes and everything. And we looked through there, and all that. That's the closest I've had to that.
Oh no, I had there's a guy that I can't tell this. Oh, there's a story I can't tell on here. I'll tell on Patreon sometime. I'll tell you later on. It involved me punching someone, but they deserve
punched people.
I lived in a small community. We punched each other for fun. Like, what else did you do, man? There was like, it's not like we had one pool hall, okay, and like very few stores. We had a couple stores there. When we got like a comic store, like wasn't a comic, that was a store that had like a couple comics in it. I was excited. And that's catching wild badgers.
See, I didn't catch wild badgers, but I look like one. My beard makes me look like a badger.
Were you like you're younger than me, but just a little bit, right? But for me, when I was growing up, basically when school ended for us, we went outside. We came in for the half hour that we had supper, but after that, we're outside, and then like wasn't until like 9:30, 10:30, whatever. When you were kids, you'd come home. Like I lived with my grandparents. My grandparents wouldn't see me till then. Like they wouldn't want to see me till then. Because we'd go out and we'd play like soccer, football, or just tag, or hanging around and chilling and stuff like that. I was like
my childhood was different, because my mum was very paranoid and very possessive. So what would happen when I was younger was she'd pick me up from school. I'm talking about when I was really young, like
that makes sense.
12, 13 kind of time. And she'd pick me up, take me home, watch me at home, watch me do things, lock the door so I couldn't go out, all this stuff. Because she'd always say to me, if you go out, somebody's going to attack you. You're going to get this. You're going to get taken away. You're going to be assaulted. You're going to be this. You're going to be that.
Was there a prayer room? Sounds like Carrie.
No, sadly, no, there was no prayer room, but she was very, very. I had friends at one point when she had a shop. I had friends, like big group of friends,
Okay.
and when we used to do martial arts together across the road from the shop, and they said, "Oh, can Malcolm come down to the park with us?" And she went, "No, he can't. He can't go anywhere." I looked at him like this. It was very creepy, you know. And then basically she met someone and kicked me out. And after that, I kind of ended up doing the stuff, you know, and going out more and doing that stuff because I had a little bit more freedom because my dad was a little bit less like my dad cared less. He was not like, he was like, "You want to go out and possibly get a girlfriend, go do it." You know, he wasn't like, so it was very different, but I think that helped me in the long run because
I think
because
so.
I know because I think if I'd always been with my mum, I think I'd have been kind of like a creepy Norman Bates style person many years later because the way she was. Because my mum, when I was a real young kid, she was always like, "It's you and me. It's you and me. It's you and me. It's you and me. It's you and me. I'm your best friend. You don't need friends. I'm your best friend." You know what I mean? So I'm really glad in a lot of ways she did meet somebody and kick me out because it helped me, you know,
Yeah,
adjust.
which is good. I mean, like, you know, not good that you had to go through that, but it's good that I think I'm one of the people that think like things, you know, good or bad, often work out in the way that kind of they're meant to be.
Yeah.
And I was lucky. You know, I was raised by my grandparents. I was a little spoiled. But I was, you know, there was, you know, this is pre-internet days and all this type of stuff. So basically you went out and you nobody thought about the fact, oh, somebody's gonna kidnap you or somebody's gonna like do something to you.
No.
When
That's
that
what my mother
happened,
was like in her day. Nobody thought about that. She was
yeah,
like a little girl walking down the road in the middle of nowhere, and nobody thought about it.
it's crazy when you think about it. Like now that like I'm as a parent, like I'm like, oh my God, how my parents did not think about it. Like I was like super, I was more like watching my kids, playing with my kids so that, you know, basically that they would, you know, that's why I was around, basically, you know, hey, let's play, you know, let's go out and play. I'm going to teach you how to shoot hoops. We're going to play basketball, that type of thing. We're going to throw the footballs,
When
stuff.
when I was a kid in school, I think I was about 8. There was this ginger-haired girl, and she had freckles on her face. And at the time, I thought she was the most beautiful girl in the whole world, right?
Something about the gingers,
And there
man.
was this exactly. And there was this girl. There was this other guy. There, well, boy, because we're boys and we're not guys, right? And I won't impress her, and he won't impress her. And she said, I kid you not, this is true story. There was a brick wall, and she said, "Whatever one of you scrapes your hand across there, I'll kiss."
So you did a
So
second.
he didn't do it. Me being me, I went, right? I had this tear across my mum was not happy. And all
Oh,
I got was a kiss on the cheek. If I had to do that now, I'd expect a lot more than that. But you know, at the time,
two
oh,
cheeks.
exactly. To be honest with you, I should have said one hand for a kiss on the cheek, the other hand for like a kiss on the mouth. I'd have probably done both at the same time.
I have a story to say like that, but I can't say it until it's Patreon.
Patreon.
I was 11.
Wow. So you were a little, you're older, but not you were older, but not wiser.
uh, I was wiser in the fact that I didn't do what like that.
Ooh.
But
I
yeah, no, a lot of my stories from when I was younger, I was like, oh, and a girl said, and then I did something stupid.
I remember when I was younger, you could easily fall infatuated with a girl like boom just from seeing her. Nowadays, I'm just like, eh. I'm boy because I'm married, but I mean, I don't
That kind
get
of
that way anymore.
hopefully that kind of should be a thing, right? You know, like
Oh, I
you got
know, but you know what I mean. I mean, what I'm saying is, I don't look at women like I used to, even now. Even, I mean, I don't look at them like, oh, you know, I want to be with them, I think, but I don't look at them and go, oh, this is the really attractive woman, or you know what
so
I
not
mean? Not as much.
creepy look, right?
Yes, the creepy law. Oh. Oh no!
Like somebody like just coming into the video right now, like what the hell is going on?
What's going on?
But let me grab something real quick.
All right. Nobody's commented in a while. Is Bill going to comment? Are you still there? Comment section. Welcome to Malcolm's Memories segment. Yeah, I should do that, shouldn't I? I should get Aaron to flash a card up every stream where it goes Malcolm's Memories segment. And it should have me talking about memories.
So I went over to get my phone because just in case my better half called. And so my little cutie, Pixie Oreo, who him nickname Murder Cat, by the way, is like got all excited and followed me over because she thought I was going to sit down over there with her because we sometimes and like Malcolm knows I'll sit down.
Sure, right.
Oh yeah, she's adorable.
No, I mean hint.
Oh yeah, no, I just wanted to make sure that she didn't get like sometimes I won't hear the phone when the messages come through. But
Okay.
so I just wanted to just see. I wanted. So yeah, this is last night.
That you know what? It looks a bit. What do you call that picture from a distance? It looks a little bit. You know.
Coffee talk.
Coffee talks.
Come here, baby.
Coffee talks. I can't believe it's Monday. I can't believe it's Sunday tomorrow.
Oh, it is.
And yeah, actually, no, Monday tomorrow. I mean,
Monday tomorrow. Yeah, I know.
I can't believe it's Monday tomorrow. I mean, it's gone really quick this week.
Hey, I go there.
Time to go. Catch you later. Take care, Warlock.
Good evening there, Warlock. You're gonna attack me. Careful, you're gonna get stuck. Here's your pasta. There you go. I'm a cat dad.
A cat dad.
Oh.
Yep, I'm still here, but I'm not specking. Why are you not specking, George?
Cats. I think I like people. But I like cats better than people. But you know, most people do, right?
Yeah, I don't think anybody hates cats unless they're evil, to be honest.
I have this thing that if I meet somebody that tell me they don't like cats, I automatically get suspicious of them.
Well, there's a difference between, like, just get this clear. There's a difference between hating cats and like having trouble with cats, like having, you know, being allergic and that's why you don't like them. Yeah. There's a difference there, but I'm talking about if you seriously hate cats.
No, I can do this
like
guy
really hate, you know.
That I worked with. And
dogs are lovely. I never liked dogs until I had Bonnie, and then I just fell in love.
I had dogs when I was young. I had a Newfoundland dog, which was adorable, named Princess.
Princess,
nice. Huge dog. Like kids would come, so like gentle, would come and like because she was massive, and little kids would come and get on her back, and she would just like not do anything. She was like Newfoundland dogs are huge, right?
Yeah.
But this cat is, as I've told Malcolm the other day, she's kind of become like my second. You know, she's here all the time.
It's nice because she really came. She really got attached to you, didn't she?
She
like
did,
immediately. Actually. It was quite sad when you had to go to Paris and leave her behind because I was worried about how she was going to deal with it. But I'm glad
you weren't there
like long-term effects.
When I was like, because thankfully, like Munya and Jalil were here, like my brother and sister-in-laws, and they.
So did they live there while you guys were in Paris then?
No, but they came here for hours and spent time with the cats and stuff like that. And I was like, the little one was with Munya, and I'm like, I'm feeling jealous now. She just gotten close to me. But with that, guys, I guess I should end the video for now and talk to Malcolm for a few minutes. But guys, thank you so much for joining us for this almost 3-hour-long video.
Take care, guys.
And we will see you here next time because the indicator sale is coming up, so you're going to see unboxings and indicator sale. And coming up soon on the Patreon is going to be the No Name Wrestling Podcast, the massive one. So We shall
Got a
see you
lot coming
soon.
up.
There we go.